Yes, Akash sir.
Yes, sir. Shall I start, sir?
Yes.
Good afternoon, one and all. Myself, Mr. Akash Goti, and I am currently working as assistant professor in chemistry at Ashwin College, Sildod, district Chhatrapati Sambhajinagar. I welcome Dr. Ashwin Ranjanikar, sir, on behalf of 15th online faculty induction program organized by Malviya Mission Teacher Training Center, Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Marathwada University, Chhatrapati Sambhajinagar. Dr. Ashwin Ranjanikar sir is serving as an associate professor and head at Department of English since last 15 years at Sri Sant Savatmari Gramin Mahavidyalaya Fulambri, Chhatrapati Sambhajinagar. As a student of literature, his area of interest are colonial and post-colonial literature, autobiography, Bharatiya writing in English, and Bharatiya knowledge tradition. As a researcher, he published 35 research papers, 15 books, and presented 35 research papers in various international and national seminars and conferences. He has completed a minor research project. He has convened 20 national seminar and workshop. He has been invited as a resource person for 14 events. He has been served as a director of IQAC NIRF UGC committee since last 15 years. He has developed a mock course for OE for 4BW project authorized by UNESCO chair on spreading happiness, stress management, and Panchako Vikas. He participated in an international conferences at Moscow, Russia, and released a book, My Journey to Russia, Anna Bhausate, in an international conference at Malaysia. His book Discourse on the Way of My Life, Dalit Women's Memoirs, was published. He is the founder president of ILTAI CNS chapter and brand ambassador of Marathwada region for Read India movement of ILTAI, founder of startup Ashwina Inventors, serving in academics and research and innovation. With this brief introduction, I welcome you, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much for inviting me for today's session. I am very thankful at the outset. I am very thankful to the director of Malviya Mission Training Center, the deputy director, Rafi sir, and all the participants.
Namaskar, sir.
Namaste, namaste. Wow, wow, wow. छान.
नमस्कार सर. नमस्कार.
आज जरा बोलू आपण त्या एकंदरीत सगळ्या या विषयावर इव्हॅल्युएशन आणि लँग्वेज आणि लिटरेचर कशा पद्धतीने आपल्याला शिकवता येईल त्या दृष्टीने जरा त्याच्यावर चर्चा करूया. इंटरॅक्टिव्ह या स्वरूपामध्ये जरा करूया असा एक विचार आहे. बाकी ॲज अँड वेन रिक्वायर्ड वी विल हॅव अ डिस्कशन ऑन द पॉइंट्स आय एम गोइंग टू प्रेझेंट इन फ्रंट ऑफ यू. Basically, as this is orientation course, and there are some few participants who are from outside the Maharashtra, so it is mandatory for me to speak in English, and also as and when required, we will have, as the session is in regarding the language and literature, we will discuss in Hindi and in Marathi also, as per the demand of the participant. So today I'm going to discuss about the language and literature and the vision of national education policy regarding these pedagogy development, and also how these language and literatures they are going to support for the teachers in higher education. I think now the screen is visible to all of you. Yes. So this circle shows or provides the complete and detailed information about the national education policy. So what this national education policy talks about, it is about institutional restructuring and consolidation towards a more holistic education, optimal learning environments and support for students, motivated, energized and capable faculty, teacher education, reimagining vocational education, professional education, promoting high quality research, effective governance and leadership, transforming the regulatory system, promotion of Indian languages, arts and culture, technology use and integration. So all the parts and very important aspects are covered in this slide, which or in this circle. Beyond this, there is not a single point left behind to discuss about the or which is not covered in national education policy. So this is very important slide. We are talking about all the aspects of national education policy in relation to higher education are covered in this slide. So today we will discuss about the language and literature, that is promotion of Indian language, arts and culture. How the teachers of language and literature, they have to be more concentrated on their teaching, learning and evaluation. So vision of National Education Policy 2020 for language and literature. What exactly this national education policy talks about regarding the language and literature? It has provided a larger emphasis on multilingualism and preservation of Indian languages, promote literary and linguistic diversity in curriculum, foster cultural rootedness and with global competencies, importance of mother tongue and languages, Indian languages as a medium of instruction, integration of classical, tribal and contemporary literature, emphasis on multilingualism and preservation of Indian languages. This is the very important and first point that I have to cover. Here what happens right now in Maharashtra, that all of you have observed, three language formula. National education policy is talking about the three language formula. Obviously, the importance or emphasis is provided on the mother tongue. And what exactly various thinkers, philosophers are talking about our mother tongue, or they have pointed out that mother tongue is the medium of primary education. All the philosophers, thinkers throughout the world, they have emphasized, they have stressed on the importance of mother languages. For example, Yogi Arvindo, the great sage, and also the first, we can say, the IAS officer. At that time, it was not IAS officer, but the first civil service officer of India. What he talks about, that mother tongue is the proper medium of education, and therefore the first energies of the child should be directed to the thorough mastering of the medium. So mother tongue plays an important role, and with the help of mother tongue only, you can acquire the knowledge. Nelson Mandela, the great leader, if you talk to a man in a language, he understands, that goes to his head. If you talk to him in his language, that goes to his heart. So if you talk to a person into his language, into his mother tongue, then definitely he will be your good friend, as whatever you have to communicate to that person into his own language, at that time mother tongue plays an important role. If you are going to have a communication in foreign languages, then if that language is not familiar to that person, how your communication is going to be fruitful, and whatever the message you have to preach to that person, it is going to be a difficult way. So for that purpose, Nelson Mandela talks that if you talk to a man in a language he understands, that goes to his head, and if you talk to him in his language, that goes to his heart. Then Oliver Holmes, language is the blood of the soul into which thoughts run and out of which they grow. Then Marshall McLuhan, the great thinker, he talks about that the greatest propaganda in the world is our mother tongue. That is what we learn as children and which we learn unconsciously that shapes our perceptions for life. That is propaganda at its most extreme form. Whatever you learn in your mother tongue, हमारी जो मातृभाषा है, उस मातृभाषा में हम लोग अगर सीखेंगे तो जो कंसेप्ट्स हैं, जो विचार है, उसके ऊपर काम करना हमें बहुत आसानी होगी. तो ये मार्शल मैक्लुहान ने कहा है. महात्मा गांधी क्या कहते हैं? इफ द इंग्लिश एजुकेटेड निग्लेक्ट as they have done and even now continue as some do to be ignorant of their mother tongue, linguistic starvation will abide. Linguistic starvation will be there if you are going to exclude your mother tongue from your education. So all these thinkers, Gurudev Rabindranath Tagore, Yogi Aurobindo, Mahatma Gandhi, Nelson Mandela, then APJ Abdul Kalam, and number of people, they are talking about that the primary education should be or must be provided into mother tongue only. And that's why this national education policy has also talking about that emphasis on multilingualism and preservation of Indian languages. No language should be banned, or all the languages, they have the same platform or same importance in the world, because language represents culture. Language is the identity of the community. And here in Bharat, that it is, though we are diverse, but culturally we are connected, and it is on the basis of language, it is on the basis of our dharma, it is on the basis of our culture, we are united. That's why it is said that, and all the beauty of Bharatiya darshan, Bharatiya philosophy is that though we are regionally divided, but we are united as a nation. That's why, so language should not be any type of a barrier in this type of, we can say, in this type of barriers, in this type of division. Or so the policy focuses on the preservation of all the Indian and Bharatiya languages, promote literary and linguistic diversity in curriculum. And that's why in our curriculum also, we have to promote literary and linguistic diversity in curriculum. That's why in number of schools and number of colleges, they are providing the training of other regional languages also. In some of the schools nowadays, what is happening that, and the Prime Minister also has focused in his Man Ki Baat that the some of the schools in on their weekdays, especially on Saturday, they are going to arrange a public, or we can say a public gathering of students, where the students will accommodate on a ground. There they are going to have the loud reading sessions. In, for example, for this Saturday, there will be a loud reading session in Gujarati. In next Saturday, there will be a session in Tamil, Telugu, likewise. So, because of this activity, the students will get aware about the languages, our regional languages. And also, according to that, the students can go for the third languages, that is the foreign language. Any foreign language, as per the demand of the students, as per the liking of the students, it is free to acquire or gain the language or to learn that in that language. Foster cultural rootedness with global competencies. So this is very important point in the national education policy. Now, we all know that This is the global village. And if you have to go beyond your threshold, you must learn another languages, another foreign languages, other foreign languages. But at the same time, you must not be aloof from your cultural roots. As a representative of Bharat, you have a great heritage of over 5,000 and more years. And this lineage, this heritage is there from your background, and it is your duty that you must have to preach these teachings to other parts of the world. What are those teachings? That Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. And this background is there to each and every Bharatiya person. So that's why fostering cultural rootedness, when you are talking about the global platform, then at that time, though you are from various parts of the Bharat, that is, you are representing Maharashtra, then at that time you are not a person from Maharashtra, you are representing Bharat. So you have to talk about the culture and various rich tradition of Bharat. And you must have the pride in representing our culture. And that's why it is very important that foster cultural rootedness with global competencies. There are number of opportunities, there are number of challenges when we are talking, we are going on global platform. But at the same time, we must have the awareness about our culture. So it is very important aspect. Importance of mother tongue regional languages as a medium of instruction. So what is the important aspect that we have discussed? Number of philosophers, thinkers, they have already pointed out that the medium of instruction at the primary level must be in mother tongue only. And on the other side, when they want or the pupil go for after completes his primary education, then he has or she has the opportunity to learn number of languages, including our regional and also foreign languages. So that's why it is mentioned in three language formula. First one is the mother language, then national language, regional language, and third part, that is the foreign language. Integration of classical, tribal, and contemporary literature. So this is also an important aspect that हमारा जो धरोहर है वो हमारे क्लासिक्स में है, वो हमारी ट्राइब्स में है, एंड अल्सो हमारा जो समकालीन साहित्य है उसमें ये सब हमारा कल्चर है, हमारी संस्कृति है, और उसी का एक इंटीग्रेशन, उसी का तालमेल बनाए रखते हुए हम लोगों को अपना जो पेडागॉजी है उसको आगे बढ़ाना है. एंड दिस इज द विजन ऑफ नेशनल एजुकेशन पॉलिसी with reference to language and literature. Teaching reforms and approaches. Now, what we have to accept, or what exactly the changes we have to carry out in our teaching, learning, and evaluation process. Shift from rote to experiential and analytical learning. What? Rote to experiential and analytical learning. Now, this national education policy talking about on-job training, experiential learning, and also about the analytical learning. So, rote learning, you have to go beyond the classroom teaching. क्लासरूम के आगे बढ़ना होगा, और इसलिए क्या करना पड़ेगा? तो एक्सपीरियंशियल लर्निंग, अनुभवजन्य शिक्षा को आगे बढ़ाना होगा. अनुभवजन्य शिक्षा को आगे बढ़ाने के लिए जो भाषा के शिक्षक है, जो भाषा के अध्यापक है, उनके सामने कौन सी चुनौतियां हैं? तो सबसे सीधा और आसान काम ये भाषा के शिक्षक का है। किस तरह से मैं बता सकता हूं आपको? अगर भाषा के शिक्षक किस तरह से उसे अनुभवजन्य शिक्षण का आधार दे सकेंगे, उसके बारे में जरा दो कुछ बातें मैं आपके सामने यहाँ पर शेयर करना चाहता हूँ। हम महाविद्यालय में बच्चों के लिए कथा पढ़ाते हैं, कविता पढ़ाते हैं, नाटक पढ़ाते हैं और अन्य साहित्य की जो जो विधाएं हैं वो सभी हमारे पाठ्यक्रम में मौजूद है। अगर इस पाठ्यक्रम को हम लोग अच्छी तरह से अपना जो दैनंदिन है उस दैनंदिनी में उसका उपयोग करेंगे तो उसमें इन छात्रों के लिए एक्सपीरियंशियल लर्निंग कर सकते हैं। जैसे कविता हम अगर क्लासरूम में पढ़ा रहे हैं तो उसके लिए उस छात्र को क्लासरूम में अपना जो वर्ग है उस वर्ग में उसने लाउड रीडिंग करनी चाहिए। अगर वो लाउड रीडिंग करता है तो उसके साथ में उसको किस तरह से वो पढ़नी चाहिए उसका ज्ञान हम उसको दे सकते हैं। उसी तरह से संभाषण कौशल्य जो है, डायलॉग रीडिंग का जो विषय है, हाउ टू हैव कम्युनिकेशन, हाउ टू रीड डायलॉग्स इन ड्रामा, हाउ टू परफॉर्म ऑन द स्टेज, how to read the text, how to read the story, that can be incorporated in your experiential learning. For that purpose, you have to arrange loud reading in the classroom. And if you go with this, then definitely the students' involvement in your classroom will be there. They will come to attend your classes and they will learn something new. What happens right now that the students, they are not reading the text, they don't know what exactly I have to read. And if you are going to provide a platform to the students by the way of loud reading, by the way of seminars, by the way of group discussion, then definitely the student will come to the classroom and will participate in such type of activities. Though I am working in a rural area, we have a very handful students, but they are attending the classes regularly because of the practices that we are adopting in our college. That such type of activities we are arranging continuously where the students can get the platform to have to carry out the proceedings of our programs in our college. Our students, they are going to carry out the proceedings of any program whatever we are arranging on the occasion of anniversaries, death anniversaries, birth anniversaries, or any type of public program we are arranging in our college. The students, they are going to carry out all the proceedings from introduction of gaze to each and everything. So this is what is experiential learning. For the students of humanities, for the students of social sciences, the students can go into the community for carrying out various types of surveys. The students from sociology, economics, political science, they can be participated, they can be motivated to participate in such a type of survey making. So this is also one type of experiential learning. And when you go into the market, go to the community, then the new world of experiences that are open to the students, the raw world of experience open to the students, and his personality will grow immediately when he go to the community, understands the mindset of the people, how to communicate, how to interact with the community members, various types of stakeholders, then definitely the student will flourish. And that's why it is said that experience is also a guru, a teacher. So for that purpose, experiential learning plays an important role. when we are talking about the road to experiential and analytical learning. This shift must be provided, and it is the duty of a teacher that he has to be a facilitator to provide this canvas to the students to participate in such type of activities. You have to arrange a number of public reading programs, poem reading programs for the students in your classes. Then what type of activities are going to be there? You have to start book club in your college. So definitely the students will come, they participate in number of activities and develop themselves. Interdisciplinary approach in language and literature teaching. So generally what happens that when we arrange such type of programs, then the people, for example, we have literary club in the college. Then the students from the science, they will not participate in literary club. What they will say, just say this is the activity for the language students only. Where it is mentioned that this is only limited to language students literary club? No. Language is the mother of all sciences. Without language, you are not going to have command in any of the subject. Swami Vivekananda rightly says that whatever knowledge you have, it is came out with the help of language only. And this is very important part, why we have to bifurcate our students into these type of short compartments. That literary club is for languages only, commerce club is for commerce people only, then science club, Avishkar club is for only science people only, science students only. Why these compartments we are making? There is interdisciplinary and multidisciplinary approach in this national education policy. And as I have already mentioned that there should not be any type of barriers, that these compartments we have to think about. Let the students have to decide whether he has to go. It is the choice of the students, not the choice of the teacher. That's why in the next slide we will discuss about the student-centric approach that this policy is focusing on about. Use of technology enabled learning, digital humanities, language applications, digital humanities, use of technology enabled learning. So this is an important, very important part that we have to think about. Whether we are using digital, we are going digital. Each and every student in the college, they have their handsets, Android mobiles in their hands, and they are using these social media on a great height. But whether it is used for teaching, whether it is used for learning, that is the question. And we must have to look into insight, the applications, language applications to have the proficiency in language. I am working for English Language Teachers Association. Our association has also developed an application through which the paragraph is provided to the student, and according to that, the paragraph, he used to listen that paragraph, and after listening the paragraph, there is a facility of recording into your mobile phone. You have to read out the paragraph, and it is stored in that application. The file is stored, audio file is stored, or video file, that is also applicable. The video file is stored in the application, and you can analyze from the previous pre-recorded video and audio in that mobile phone and your audio that you have submitted, and whatever the mistakes are there, the application will provide you the correct answer, the pronunciation method, and according to that, there is a facility of rectification. So these are the applications now we are developing. Our faculty members are developing. Number of school teachers, they come up with different types of language applications with the help of digital humanities. So use of technology enabled learning plays an important role. Use of YouTube, use of Facebook, use of Instagram, and all the other that is Canva or Udemy, number of applications are there with all the platforms are available nowadays for the learners to understand and to get developed. Then contextualized pedagogy, local, national, and global literature. From local to global, we have to travel from local to global. That's why it is important aspect that now whatever history, glorious history we have to record it and prepare the contents of that history and provided or inclusion of that history into our curricula is an important aspect. And also the global literature is available to all of us through various platforms. But what about the local? What about the national? So these three blends we have to inculcate into our pedagogy, local, national, and global literature. Emphasis is provided on critical thinking, creativity, and communication skills. The rote learning, the first point is very important. Shift from rote learning to experiential learning. And this is in connection with critical thinking, creativity, and communication skills. So first and last point, they are interconnected with each other. That critical thinking. Critical thinking, how critical thinking is nurtured, that we have to look into hindsight. The critical thinking is nurtured when you are going to provide a platform to the students. And these platforms are their active participation in all the activities, all the programs that you are going to arrange in your college. If they are actively participating in all these activities, then definitely their thinking process starts. Loud reading is an important tool, or a separate library session should be there. Whatever the students have learned in that or read in that library session, he has to write a paragraph on that session, and according to that he has to present in front of all the students. If these three components are matched with each other, then definitely the students' critical thinking will be increased. Participation in various types of location computations and number of activities that can be incorporated. Creativity. What is happening right now, that the use of social media is increasing very rapidly. So how the students' participation will be increased in relation with their curriculum, in relation with their content of their syllabus on the social media, that we have to tap. And this is the creativity of the teacher or the faculty member. And definitely the communication skills plays an important role. How to present oneself, how to communicate with each other. For that purpose, group discussions, seminars, loud reading sessions, and all these activities play an important role in developing and shaping the student's personality. Then the next point is regarding the learning student-centric transformation. So focus on outcome-based education. Whatever you are learning, what are the outcomes of that courses, that we have to identify. And this is an important aspect in National Education Policy, OBE. Whatever the programs and courses, each and every program and course must have their outcome. What is the outcome? So this outcome is, we can say, keyword nowadays. Whatever activities you are doing, what is the outcome of that activity? What skills the students will acquire when he or she is going to join for a particular course or particular program. What exactly is going to happen? So focus on outcome-based education. You have to mention the outcomes of your course and contents. And according to that outcomes, you have to design and develop the courses. And this is very important aspect. That number of courses, multiple entry and multiple exit option is there for the students. And with the help of that, if the students or all of you know about the multiple entry and multiple exit, certificate course, diploma course, post diploma, graduation and degree with research after completion of 4 years, then and 5 years, that the student will get a degree with research. So that is there, the system. Each and every stage has the outcome based, and this is in relation with the National Skill Framework Program. So this is very important that all the courses, they have their outcomes. Encouragement of project-based, collaborative and reflective learning. Project-based. जो भी कोर्स हम लोग पढ़ा रहे हैं, for example, you are teaching sociology, then how sociology is taught on the basis of projects, how the sociology is taught on the basis of collaboration and reflective learning. That is very important aspect, that you have to design and develop a particular course, and according to that you have to provide them projects. For example, the students of language and literature is there. Then what exactly the project-based and collaborative learning will be there? That the project provided to the students of language and literature on the basis of traditions, on the basis of festivals that we are celebrating, and this is now coming 4 months are full of celebrations. Number of festivals are there. Raksha Bandhan is going to be there, Ganpati festival is there, Diwali is there, the grand celebration will be there. So the students of language and literature, we can provide them number of projects on the basis of our on the basis of our festivals, on the basis of traditions. And this is all collaborative, and also it plays an important role in experiential learning also and reflective learning also. But you have to think, so very important point that national education policy has pointed out or coined a beautiful word, that is the out of box thinking. So this out of box thinking we have to start, and according to that the projects are provided to the students. Choice based credit system, flexibility in courses, you have to provide the now all the universities, from central universities to the state universities and deemed universities also, they have provided, and some of number of autonomous colleges, they have also provided the choice based credit system for the students, and flexibility is provided to the students according to the demands of the students. The student can choose any subject, any course, and develop himself. Language learning linked to real life applications, translation and media. So this is another very demanding area, that is translation and media. Recently what happened, that the court has issued an order to all the states, to the central government also, that whatever the results or the judgments are provided in previous days, that are provided into English language only, and the people from the rural area or the people who don't know the knowledge of English, and it become very difficult for them to understand. what exactly the judgment is talking about. So the Supreme Court has issued an order to all the governments, state governments, and all the judiciary that they have to provide the judgments in regional languages. So English will be there, but along with that English, regional language, the judgment is provided in regional language. So the people, they are now getting ideas about their judgments. So translation plays an important role. Number of classes, there is a need to translate them into English language and also in other languages of the world. So media is an important area where we have the greatest scope, that this media plays an important role in shaping the life of the person who is working or serving in the area of language and literature. The digital media now, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and other medias, they have the opportunity to create the content. And according to that, if your content is popular, then definitely you are going to be rewarded in dollars. Within a very short span of time, the people or the young minds, they are earning in dollars on the basis of the content that they are generating. Podcasting is an important tool that the people from small towns, there is a case, यही कि महाराष्ट्र में ऐसे एक केस है, बीड में, महाराष्ट्र में एक बीड, एक छोटा एक जिला है, उस जिले में एक गांव है, उस गांव में एक कंपनी शुरू की, वहीं के स्थानिक जो पढ़ा लिखा था बंदा उसने, और उसी ने ब्लॉगिंग शुरू किया, तो पूरा गांव और जो जो यूथ है उस गांव के, वो अभी ब्लॉगिंग में ही काम करते हैं। तो एक यूथ का इनकम जो है 2 लाख रुपए पर मंथ है, और उसका काम सिर्फ ब्लॉगिंग करना है। एंड दे आर प्रोवाइडिंग द इंफॉर्मेशन ऑन एग्रीकल्चर, दे आर प्रोवाइडिंग द इंफॉर्मेशन ऑन इन्वेस्टमेंट, हाउ टू इन्वेस्ट योर मनी इन अ प्रॉपर वे. So this is a success story that with the help of language only, they have created the content, and according to that, they are earning lakhs of rupees in a month. So this is a transformation. These are the opportunities that the students of language and literature can tap. Integration of creative writing, drama, and oral traditions. So this is also an important aspect that we have to look: creative writing, drama, and oral tradition. So public performances are very important. If you have the ability, caliber to communicate with the people, then definitely you are going to have the performances. Now, the standing comedy, this is again a new platform that if you have an effective communication skill, then with just a single program you can earn in lakhs of rupees. Along with that earning money, you will be popular, you will be, what we can say, that celebrity. So this is the magic of creative writing. This is the magic of drama, and this is also the magic of communication skills. So that can be done. The future generation of our students can go with these career options also. Research in language and literature. How research is going to be in language and literature. Research rooted in Indian traditions and context sensitive. You have to carry out the research that is rooted in Indian tradition and context sensitive. Promotion of multilingual, comparative, and interdisciplinary research. Encouragement of research in folk literature, marginalized voices, oral histories, use of digital tools and platforms for research dissemination, capacity building through workshops and funding opportunities. So these are the important aspects when we are talking about research in language and literature. Research rooted in Indian traditions and context sensitive. We have a great heritage and lineage of our glorious tradition. Number of festivals, number of programs. We, the people in India, are festival lovers. Small events there we can celebrate and have festivals. And this is all related with our society, with our customs, with our traditions, with our economics, with our politics. So all these aspects are interconnected, and that's why India is very vibrant and dynamic. So we have to carry out research rooted in Indian traditions. For example, yesterday one of my colleague has provided me a research paper. On 10th of July, we have conducted a national seminar on IKS, Indian Knowledge System. And yesterday he has provided me a paper on the economics of Indian games. He has provided a paper on that पतंगबाजी पतंगबाजी में कितना लोग पैसा इन्वेस्ट में करते हैं और उसका एक फेस्टिवल्स हम लोग मनाते हैं स्पेशली इन गुजरात the people will participate in such type of activities and they are going to have a culture, they are going to have gathering of all the people in the area, and that's why how the economics is connected with these, and also the social milieu is there in organization of such programs, such religious gatherings. So we have to carry out the research on the basis of our traditions, on the basis of our customs. Number of yatras are there in the rural areas, and those in those yatras, lakhs of people will come and enjoy. For example, the great tradition in Maharashtra is that is of Wari. And also we have again now having that the Jagannath Puri, and last year that we have the Mahakumbha Mela. So these are all our traditions. So we have to carry out the research on these festivals, customs and traditions. Promotion of multilingual, comparative and interdisciplinary research. So this is also an important aspect. Encouragement of research in folk literature, marginalized voices, and oral histories. Marginalization also plays an important role in shaping our culture. And we have a story of near about 400 years of marginalization. Or I can say that 1,500 years of story of marginalization. And this is the power story that the dominant society is going to have the hold on the society. But there was a culture in India also. That's why Mahatma Gandhi also dreamt of that Rama Rajya, where there was no any type of marginalization. So we have to carry out the research on the folk literature, marginalized voices, and oral histories. Use of digital tools and platform for research dissemination. So whatever the research activities we are carrying out, number of people they are engaged in research, PhD research, especially in social sciences and humanities. What happens? What type of activities they are carrying out? Whether there is any type of platform for those people, for the students of science who have completed their research in science, they got patented. But what about the students who got the PhD in science, PhD in humanities and language and literature? Whether they have their patents, whether they have provided any model for the development of the society. So, use of digital tools and platforms for research dissemination. Whatever research activities we are using, that we have to disseminate to the society. Percolation of research is an important tool. And what is happening that the patent cases, why now, why in this area that we are discussing on patents only in a very large scale? that Mashelkar sir has fought for the patent on Haldi. And from that, the National Innovation Foundation has established because of the initiatives of Professor Dr. Raghunath Mashelkar. And this is why? Because we have not disseminated our research. 3 years back that we have published a book on patenting the people from the Marathwada region, especially of Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Marathwada University and the faculty members of university, including the Vice Chancellor, Honorable Vice Chancellor and all those, that they have filed their patents, granted patents. We have collected the information from all those people, and for your kind information that we have a data of near about 118 researchers who has patents on their name. But how many of them have their commercialization of patents? Whatever the ideas, whatever the concept, whatever the design they have developed and got patented, whether it is useful for the society, only the patent is registered on their name. But it is not commercialized, means it is not यूज फॉर द पीपल. पेटेंट तो हो गया लेकिन लोगों के इस्तेमाल में वो आ रहा है क्या, उसका भी ध्यान हम लोगों को रखना चाहिए और उसी को साथ में आगे बढ़ना चाहिए. दैट्स व्हाई स्टार्टअप पॉलिसी केम इनटू एग्जिस्टेंस in 2019. NEP emerged in 2020. But the National Innovation and Startup Policy came into existence in 2019, 1 year prior to that. And this policy focuses about the patenting, focuses about the self-reliance, then focuses about the startups that the faculty members from humanities, social sciences, and all the areas or the branches of knowledge, they can go for startup. So this is very important aspect, that use of digital tools and platform for research dissemination, capacity building through workshops and funding opportunities. You have to arrange number of workshops for capacity building, like such type of workshops that we are organizing today by the way of MMTC, and also the number of funding opportunities. Now the Bharatiya Bhasha Samiti is incorporated by the Ministry of Education to promote the languages, to design and develop our courses into our Bharatiya languages. And this Bharatiya Bhasha Samiti is working. And from this platform, I urge all the participants that if you are a writer in a subject, then definitely you will get an opportunity to write a book. But you have to write that into mother tongue only. For example, I am a student of science or student of physics. Then it is my duty to write the book of physics in Marathi, because my language is mother tongue is Marathi. And if you write a book, interactive book, and you provide it to the Bharatiya Bhasha Samiti, you will get an handsome remuneration for that purpose. And forget about the money, but it is the service in the nation building that can be made possible for all of us. And this is the open offer from the Bharatiya Bhasha Samiti to anyone who is interested in writing such type of books for the UG and for PG students and for research students also. So these are the opportunities right now provided by the central government, state government to contribute for the service of nation. So here language plays an important role, that if you are versatile in your mother tongue, and that's why, and also in national language and one of the foreign languages, then you will definitely get an opportunity to showcase your knowledge, to share your knowledge to the wide range of populace. So for that purpose, it is your mindset. You have to be have confident regarding what I can contribute. So these capacity building through workshops and funding opportunities are very important aspects that we have to discuss about. Then evaluation reforms. So teaching, learning, and evaluation is an important aspect when we are dealing with the education. We discuss about the teaching, that student centric. The national education policy is talking about the student centric atmosphere you have to create into your campus. So for that purpose, the flexibility is provided, choice-based credit system is there. According to the knowledge, according to the choice of the student, he or she is open to take any subject. The students from science, if he is willing to learn music, then music is open to his for him. Whatever the choice of the student, it is there. It is the duty of that institute to provide them the facility to choose a particular subject, and according to that impart the training to the student, whether it is online or it is offline. It is the choice of that institute, but the facility must be provided to the student, otherwise you are going to lose an opportunity to serve that student. So this is a very dynamic and vibrant policy, national education policy. You have to welcome these students, whether you are willing or unwilling. You have to provide the facility to the student. So keep in mind this, that unless and until you are not going to provide, the student will go into other institute and your intake capacity is not going to fulfill, and it will impact adversely on your performance. And in coming years, it is totally depend on your performance, your salaries and all other things. So keep in mind that you have to cater the needs of the students. And evaluation reforms is, as in the first point we have discussed about that, forget about the rote learning, go with experiential and critical thinking. And this is also applicable in evaluation reforms. Forget about the rote learning, memory based performance. Whatever you have learned throughout the semester, you have to appear for an examination of 2 hours or 3 hours. Whatever the knowledge you gain, write down in the answer sheet, and according to the performance in the examination, your performance will be assessed. So this was the previous system, but now we are talking about the continuous and comprehensive evaluation. So this is an important aspect that we have to focus on. Last year we have organized a national level workshop on this CCE, continuous and comprehensive evaluation, and we have provided suggestions to the university and also to the Minister of Higher Education what exactly we have to do for this continuous and comprehensive evaluation. Declaration timeline, declaration of result plays an important aspect, that we have to go for the outcome based education and assessment. There are 93 policy elements. I will read out, just simply read out what are those 93 elements. Aims and objectives, that is well-rounded person, intellectual strength, emotional maturity, ethical values, simple living, selfless service, humility, truthfulness, independent thinking, reasoning ability, general knowledge, habit of learning, scientific temper, quality of education, dignity of labor, self-reliance, interdisciplinary exposure, then national culture and heritage, aptitude, tolerance for diversity, national integration, understanding rural life, then classless and casteless society, political system, economic system, social forces and needs, civic sense, a respect for rights, duties and discharge of obligation, high moral character. This is interpretative structural model that I am talking about. And what type of educational skills you are going to get when we are talking about these. That integrated and broad-based interdisciplinary approach, physical activities, intellectual activities, social activities, high performance standard, breadth of coverage, most recent trends of thought, concentrates on academics, primarily vocational and technical, limited specialization in natural sciences, limited specialization in social sciences, foundation courses, and value systems. So these are 93 aspects that we have to cover in interpretative structural model. And these again divided into 30 elements that are academic objectives, moral and spiritual values, social sensibilities, and quality of education. So our policymakers have very minutely described these all things into the national education policy. The first document which was there is of near about 496 pages. And now that 496 pages are abridged into 86 pages only. So I request all of you, all the participants, that you have to go in detail of this national education policy document, and according to that we have to analyze ourselves where we are standing right now, and according to that we are following, we have to design and develop our course, our structure, our system of education, concept of learning, that is on outcome based education, that is in short we can call this as a LOBE, learning outcome based education. It focuses on clear learning objectives and aligning curriculum, instruction, and assessment accordingly, emphasizes active stakeholder participation in defining exit outcomes, then ensures continuous assessment of student learning and skills, encourages real world problem solving and high tech learning tools. So these are the important aspects of this learning outcome based education. For what purpose I am talking about this? Because it is regarding the evaluation reforms. So these reforms are very important, and according to that we have to design and develop a system which is based on these evaluation reforms of evaluation that we have to carry out. Whatever the knowledge students acquire during that course, we have to judge that knowledge, but not in the final examination. It should be, or it must be, continuous evaluation. Like the same is going on in schools. In there, we can say that CBSE pattern schools, they are adopting these continuous evaluation, continuous and comprehensive evaluation on school level. But what is happening in higher education, that we all know what type of quality education we are imparting to the students, and what, how this can be curbed, that this continuous and comprehensive evaluation is the solution over all these bad practices in higher education. But for that purpose also we have to define a model of this continuous and comprehensive evaluation. We have to carry out the assessment types, that is on summative assessment and formative assessment. Summative assessment is evaluates students learning at the end of an instructional unit, and formative assessment, that is ongoing test for formal and informal conducted during learning to monitor the progress of the students. Quantitative assessment, it focuses on subject-based scholastic performance, and qualitative assessment evaluates non-scholastic aspects such as social, emotional, attitudinal, and moral and ethical traits of the students. Measures curriculum-based learning in classrooms. What type of participation of student is there observed in the classroom? He is going to participate in number of activities during the classroom. For example, loud reading, group discussion, seminar, participation, presentation. If the student is participating in all those activities, wall poster publication, writing of wall poster, preparing of presentation, then definitely he will get the marks. For that, he will get the score, he will get the credit of that particular course for his participation in all these activities. So direct assessment, that is based on actual student work. For example, if he writes reports, exams, or participate in various types of activities, then definitely it is there in direct assessment. What occurs in indirect assessment? That is indirect assessment. For example, if the students can participate in survey, then we can also say that focus groups or group discussions, then exit interviews, then definitely it is come into the umbrella of indirect assessment. Consideration of learner attributes, that is program outcomes and course outcomes. This is also an important aspect that we have to talk about when we are talking about the assessment purpose. That is move from memory based to performance based evaluation, inclusion of formative assessment, peer review and portfolios, multimodal evaluation. Generally what is happening that only the written examination we are conducting previously, but now we have to go for this multimodal evaluation, that is written, oral, creative outputs, rubrics assessing proficiency, interpretation, critical insights, and emphasis on continuous and comprehensive evaluation. So there are number of assessment rubrics, that is the assessment criteria, performance level, then descriptors, holistic rubrics, and analytical rubrics. According to that level of performance, scores are provided to the students, and also we have to develop all these uh, rubrics for the assessment of the students' performance during the semester or during the year or during the period of the course, that we have to design and develop. That can be made possible with the basis of these evaluation reforms. So these are the important aspects when we are talking about the evaluation reforms. So what are the roles of faculties and responsibilities? So it is the duty of a faculty or a teacher that he has to act as a facilitator, mentor, and knowledge creator by arranging number of programs, providing the guidance on a proper time to the students. As a mentor-mentee system we carry out only for the NAC period only. But what exactly happening right now? Mentor-mentee system is running very accurately, efficiently. We are carrying out all type of activities with the help of mentor-mentee system. So that we have to look again, and according to that, the students teacher rapport must be developed, and these are the opportunities for a teacher to communicate with the students. हमारे जो छात्र हैं उन छात्रों से सतत वार्तालाप होनी चाहिए, उनकी जो समस्याएं हैं उन समस्याओं के बारे में चर्चा होनी चाहिए। हमने जो मेंटर मेंटी सिस्टम बनाई वो तो सिर्फ नैक के दौरान ही चलती है, या अगर कुछ व्यवस्था होगी तो उस दौरान ही चलती है, लेकिन पूरे साल भर में मेंटर मेंटी सिस्टम यह व्यवस्था सुचारू रूप से चल रही है क्या, उसके बारे में भी हम लोगों को सोचना चाहिए और उसे अच्छी तरह से कार्यान्वित करके मेंटर मेंटी सिस्टम का एक अद्भुत उदाहरण हम लोगों के सामने खड़ा कर सकते हैं। उसका एक मेंटोर के साथ उसको ग्रूमिंग करना बच्चे को, वो भी हम लोग कर सकते हैं। फॉर दैट पर्पज वी हैव टू अरेंज नंबर ऑफ प्रोग्राम्स. With the help of those programs, students will come to the college, participate in those activities, and have a healthy relation with the teacher. Question bank plays an important role in these developing connection with the students. Knowledge creator. Teacher must be a knowledge creator. Engage in curriculum innovation, research supervision and community outreach. इनोवेशन में हम लोगों का पार्टिसिपेशन है क्या, उसके बारे में भी टीचर ने सोचना चाहिए। अलग अलग तरह के नए नए उपक्रम महाविद्यालय में आयोजित करना, उसमें छात्रों को सम्मिलित कराना, एक्सकर्शन पे बच्चों को लेकर जाना है, उनको समाज के प्रति जागरूकता निर्माण करने के लिए प्रयत्न करना है। ऐसे अनेक उपक्रम, NSS is there, lifelong learning and extension department is there, cultural department is there, number of activities. Now career cut is also there in the colleges. They are also organizing nice events. So number of activities, number of clubs are there. But whether we are providing impetus to the students by participating in such type of activities, that we have to look. Research supervision. The research students, generally what is happening that the research is, I am very sorry to say this, but this is the fact that what I am saying, that the research, serious research is carried out in sciences. But what about the humanities and what about the languages? The students, they are not carrying out the research in a proper way. I am working on the research and recognition committee of the university, of our university and other universities also. The students, they are getting scholarship from various agencies like Sarthi, Bharati, and number of other scholarship providing agencies are there. But whether that money is properly utilized, I can provide you number of examples that the students, the research students, they have not bought a single book from the scholarship they have received from these agencies. And also they are again coming in front of the RR committee for extending their research year. So this is a very pathetic and serious condition that the students from languages and social sciences, they are not engaged in serious research. So utilize ICT tools like books, Swayam, Diksha for content delivery. Encourage interdisciplinary and socially relevant student projects and commit to lifelong learning, development programs and collaborations. So these are the activities and the responsibilities that we have to carry forward when we are talking about the facts regarding our curriculum, regarding the responsibilities of the teachers or the faculty members. So number of agencies are there that they are providing the number of scholarship to the students. So internationalization of education is an important aspect, that India will be promoted as a global study destination, providing premium education at affordable cost, thereby helping to restore its role as a Vishwaguru. And International Students Office at each higher education institute hosting foreign students will be set up to coordinate all matters relating to welcoming and supporting students arriving from abroad. Research, teaching collaborations, and faculty student exchanges with high quality foreign institutions will be facilitated. And relevant mutually beneficial MOUs with foreign countries will be signed. High-performing Indian universities will be encouraged to set up campuses in other countries, and similarly, selected universities, example, those from among the top 100 universities in the world will be facilitated to operate in India. A legislative framework facilitating such entry will be put in place, and such universities, will be given special dispensation regarding regulatory, governance, and content norms on par with other autonomous institutions of India and furthermore. So these are some of the activities that we have to carry out when we are talking about the internationalization of education. So now I will ask some of your participants to have discussion with the research in language and literature. What type of research we can carry out regarding the language and literature, as these are the points that are displayed here on the screen. Research rooted in Indian traditions and context sensitive. Now you can unmute and we will have a discussion on these aspects. Yes, anybody? As I had talked that we will have a discussion. यस एनीबडी, आप में से कोई भी बात कर सकते हैं, हम लोग इसके ऊपर बात करेंगे. रिसर्च इन लैंग्वेज एंड लिटरेचर, व्हाट टाइप ऑफ रिसर्च एक्टिविटीज विल इनकॉर्पोरेट इनटू आवर curricula or pedagogy regarding the Indian traditions. Now IKC is there on HYPE, भारतीय ज्ञान परंपरा के ऊपर हम लोग काम कर सकते हैं. चलो बताइए.
चले सर.
यस.
सर हम इंडियन ट्रेडिशंस के हिसाब से देखें तो कल्चरल सेंसिटिविटी की तरफ फोकस कर सकते हैं रिसर्च हमारा, बिकॉज इंडिया इज अ डाइवर्स कल्चर एंड लैंग्वेजेस आल्सो. सो कल्चरल सेंसिटिविटी की तरफ, और जो कोई इंडियन साइकोलॉजी है, मतलब हमारे वेद है, उपनिषद है, उनके भगवत गीता है, उनको समझने में, मतलब जो पुरातन हमारा विज्ञान है और उसके हिसाब से मनुष्य जीवन में क्या क्या हमें बदलाव लाने चाहिए, कैसा वर्तन होना चाहिए, हमारा ध्यान धारणा है, स्पिरिचुअल ग्रोथ है, इसके हिसाब से हम रिसर्च कर सकते हैं.
ओके, ठीक है. और बताइए क्या नाम है आपका?
कविता काटे.
कविता
काटे.
काटे. ओके, थैंक यू. और बताइए एनीबडी. कुछ आप लोग काम कर रहे हैं ऐसा कुछ है? हमारी बहन कविता काटे जी ने अच्छा बताया भगवत गीता के बारे में. ध्यान है, मेडिटेशन है और मोरल वैल्यूज, उसके ऊपर हम लोग काम कर सकते हैं और इसकी तो जरूरत ही है. आप सब लोग देखते हैं, हम इन आवर डे टू डे लाइफ वी ऑब्जर्व ऑल दोज थिंग्स दैट व्हाट इज हैपनिंग रिगार्डिंग द मोरल वैल्यूज. सो these are our, we have great traditions and festivals also. If we focus on the teachings in that festivals, then definitely we will, and these are all having the scientific background also. For what purpose we are going to celebrate the Pongal? Then here in Maharashtra we celebrate Pola, we celebrate Nag Panchami, we celebrate number of events. Raksha Bandhan is, as I have mentioned, Makar Sankranti we celebrate. So why these all festivals we celebrate? It has a scientific base, but our budding generation, they are totally unaware about this scientific base of all these traditions, all these cultural activities that we are carrying out. So who is going to provide them It is our duty that we have to provide them the correct knowledge about all these festivities that we are using. Our ancestors, they have designed and developed all these festivals, all these rituals, because of which we are able to have the harmony, social harmony, economical harmony, political harmony. All these aspects are interconnected in those festivals, in traditions. So we have to think about these, and according to that, design and develop such type of courses. Here I will give an example of Sri Yashwantrao Chauhan Senior College, which is located at Sillod. Here they have designed and developed the courses on IKS. Each and every department has designed a course on IKS, and these courses are designed on the basis of the local knowledge they have. And the students are now learning about the history, local history also. And this is a great initiative done by a college which is located in rural area. If the colleges and the faculty members, the principal in the rural area is so proactive, then why not the colleges in urban area? They have to design and develop. Why not the university also? They have to take lead in designing and developing such type of courses. आप बताइए, उसके ऊपर जरा बात करनी है अच्छी तरह से. याच्यावर आपण जरा चर्चा करू. हा सगळा जो विषय आहे, आणि मग त्याच्यानंतर मग पुढच्या मुद्द्यावर आपण जाऊया. कारण पुढचाही मुद्दा इव्हॅल्युएशनच्या संदर्भामध्ये आहे. अपन सगळ्यांनी बघितलंय, हम लोग सब देखते हैं किस तरह से हमारी एग्जामिनेशन पैटर्न चलते हैं. इतने साल तो हमने एग्जामिनेशन लिए हैं, 2-2, 3-3 घंटे. पूरा साल भर में सेमेस्टर में जितना बच्चे ने पढ़ा है उसी को उसने 2 घंटे में देना है, और उसी के ऊपर उसका इवेल्युएशन होता है. और बाद में वो बच्चा फिर रोते रोते हमारे पास आता है, मैंने तो बहुत सारा मुझे लिखा था और एग्जामिनेशंस में मार्क्स तो बहुत कम मिले हैं मुझे. Again, what about the other activities that the students has participated in? He or she has participated in group discussion, cultural activities, number of activities. Each and every college is going to arrange for the overall development of the students. Now, this national education policy is talking about the holistic development of students. So, this is not the holistic development. And we are not evaluating the performance of the students for participation in NSS, for participation in sports, for participation in such type of curricular, extracurricular activities. All these now became the part of the evaluation system. That's why continuous and comprehensive evaluation is there. चलो इसके ऊपर बात करेंगे. आप बताइए आगे.
हेलो
पाटे.
हेलो.
हाँ
सर, आप जैसे आपने बताया, हमारे जो फेस्टिवल्स है, ईच एंड एवरी इंडियन फेस्टिवल इज रिलेटेड विद द क्लाइमेट चेंज. सो इस पे भी बहुत सारी रिसर्च है. अभी बहुत सारे स्कूल्स में, पर्टिकुलरली इंग्लिश मीडियम स्कूल हो, मराठी मीडियम स्कूल हो, सभी दही हंडी होती है, गणपति उत्सव होता है, मकर संक्रांति की फेस्टिवल होते हैं, अलग अलग फेस्टिवल है. हमारे हर एक फेस्टिवल जो है इंडियन, वो सभी फेस्टिवल क्लाइमेट चेंज से है. तो इसके बिहाइंड क्या है साइंटिफिक रीज़न, वो हिसाब से हम बच्चों को रिसर्च में इसके इंक्लूड कर सकते हैं. और जो इंडियन एंशंट हमारी संस्कृति है, उसके उसके ऊपर भी हम फोकस कर सकते हैं.
वाह वाह,
ओके,
बहुत
थैंक यू.
बढ़िया. वही तो चल रहा
हेलो.
है. लेकिन क्या हो रहा है, इसके बारे में बात करने वाले 2-4 लोग ही रहते हैं, और इसके खिलाफ बात करने वाला बहुत बड़ा एक समाज का तकिया है. क्यों ये सब क्यों करते हैं? क्यों गणपति फेस्टिवल चाहिए? क्यों दही हंडी चाहिए? क्यों कृष्ण जन्म मनाना है? So the people, they are not thinking like this, that it is related with climate change. It is related with our culture. It is related with our social harmony that we have to think and we have to write it and give proper publicity on all the channels. Now that is why it is mentioned here that use of digital tools and platforms for research dissemination. रिसर्च डिसेमिनेशन ही नहीं हो रहा है। सबको पता है कि ये सब अच्छा है, लेकिन जो हमारी पीढ़ी है, आने वाली पीढ़ी है, उसके सामने ये अच्छी बातें आने को ही तैयार नहीं। उनके सामने क्या आता है, तो अलग अलग जो विभिन्न रूप है वही उनके सामने आ रहा है, और जिससे उनका माइंडसेट खराब हो सके वही उनके सामने बहुत बड़े पैमाने पर आ रहा है। लेकिन जो अच्छी बातें हैं, विधायक बातें हैं, वो तो उनके सामने आने से दूर रह रही है। तो इसलिए हम लोगों को इसके बारे में लिखना पड़ेगा, न्यूज़पेपर में लिखना पड़ेगा, डिजिटल टूल्स के माध्यम से, सोशल मीडिया के माध्यम से हम लोगों को लिखना पड़ेगा। अभी देखिए, आपको मैं बताता हूँ,
सर
अभी ये जो
अभी यहाँ पे
अमावस्या आएगी, इस अमावस्या को लोग क्या बोलते हैं हमारे यहाँ पर, गटारी अमावस्या कहते हैं। अभी 23-24 तारीख को है आषाढ़ की अमावस्या।
उसको दीप अमावस्या बोलते हैं।
हाँ, तो व्हाई दिस इज दीप अमावस्या, तो उसके बारे में सोचना पड़ेगा, उसका साइंटिफिक लोगों को बताना पड़ेगा, जो बैड प्रैक्टिस
अरे
चल रही है। बताइए।
हेलो।
हाँ।
हाँ, नमस्ते सर। जैसा कि आपने कहा अभी कि भारतीय जो त्योहार है, तो पिछले साल मैंने आविष्कार जो प्रतियोगिता है हमारे छत्रपति संभाजीनगर विद्यापीठ जो आयोजित करता है, तो उसमें से मैंने मेरे छात्रों को भारतीय त्योहारों के पीछे वैज्ञानिक दृष्टिकोण ये विषय दिया था सर, और उसमें प्रथम प्राइज भी आया था
वाह वाह, बहुत
उसका।
बढ़िया बहुत बढ़िया। कौन सा कॉलेज है आपका?
सर, श्रीमती दानकोर महिला महाविद्यालय।
वाह।
आप आए थे सर अभी 1 महीना पूर्व।
हाँ।
मुलाकात भी हो गई थी
वाह, बहुत बढ़िया।
जानने में। और
हम्म।
दूसरा एक विषय सर भारतीय ज्ञान परंपरा के ऊपर ही था। जो भारतीय स्त्रियां है, उनके आभूषणों का जो आभूषण है उनके, तो आभूषण परिधान करने के पीछे क्या वैज्ञानिक दृष्टिकोण हो सकता है उसके ऊपर।
वाह वाह, वो भी बहुत बढ़िया है।
उसके ऊपर ये दो विषय के ऊपर विद्यापीठ स्तर पर उनका सिलेक्शन हुआ था सर। लेकिन
हाँ।
बाद में अभी आप जो बोल रहे ह्यूमैनिटीज या लैंग्वेज में उस तरह का रिसर्च थोड़ा हम कम पड़े, नहीं
हम्म।
तो जाने वाले थे फिर स्टेट
वाह।
लेवल के। तो सच में सर भारतीय ज्ञान परा या भारतीय जो हमारी संस्कृति है उसके पीछे एक वैज्ञानिक दृष्टिकोण छिपा है, लेकिन वो असल में एक आज की युवा जो पीढ़ी है उनके सामने लाने में थोड़ा सा हम ही असमर्थ हो रहे हैं, ऐसा मुझे लगता है।
सही है सही है, वही तो दिक्कत है। इसके ऊपर कोई बात करने को तैयार ही नहीं है। अगर लोग बात करेंगे, टीचर्स बात करेंगे स्कूल में बच्चों से, कॉलेजों में बात करेंगे, तो विषय आगे बढ़ेगा।
बिल्कुल सही सर।
यस। थैंक यू। और बताइए।
मैं और मेरा एक एक्सपीरियंस शेयर करूंगी सर। मैं एक्सटर्नल सुपरवाइजर गई थी एमबीए कॉलेज को। वहाँ पे मैंने पेपर देखा था आईकेएस का। वहाँ पे हमारे जो ग्रेट लीडर्स है, हीरोज है, छत्रपति शिवाजी महाराज है, उनकी स्ट्रैटेजीज कैसे है मैनेजमेंट की, वो सिखानी थी। मतलब हमारे बहुत सारे ग्रेट हीरोज है, उनका इनकलकेशन होना चाहिए ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा, और उन पे रिसर्च होना चाहिए।
यस, थैंक यू। इतने 46 participants are there and nobody is going to speak.
सर, मेरा एक क्वेश्चन है, आउट ऑफ बॉक्स है,
हाँ, बताइए।
बट जो हम साइंस बैकग्राउंड हो एक्चुअली, हम जो रिसर्च परफॉर्म करते हैं, लाइक सम एक्सपेरिमेंट हम परफॉर्म करते हैं और उसके रिजल्ट क्या मिले हमें, इसके बेसिस हम उसका एनालिसिस करते हैं। ठीक है। तो एक्चुअली जो लिटरेचर में रिसर्च होता है वो किस बेसिस पे होता है? तो क्या आप लोग कोई लैंग्वेज में डिफर करते हैं? और सम इस पे हमें मुझे कुछ जानकारी चाहिए, प्लीज इलेबोरेट इट सर।
सही है, ये तो बहुत अच्छा सवाल आपने मुझे पूछा है कि जनरली व्हाट हैपन्स द पीपल फ्रॉम द साइंस बैकग्राउंड, they have laboratories, and whatever the experiments they carry out in their laboratories, on the basis of their observations, they are going to have their opinions, or according to that observation they will define that by adopting this formula or by adopting these observations the results are so and so. But what exactly the people of languages or literature they are going to do?
सर
यस, बराबर है, यही है ना आपका?
यस सर, यस यही है सर, दिस इज माय।
हाँ, यस। The people of language and literature, for them a larger canvas is there. For example, the society is the canvas. It is not limited to a particular compartment like a laboratory. For example, if I am working in the area of English language, then as in my introduction that the point is there that I have worked on the autobiography. So I have worked on a multidimensional aspect of the autobiography. For example, I have worked on the Dalit and African American autobiography, a comparative study. So what are the problems faced by the people of Dalits in India, and what are the problems faced by the Afro-American people, African American people in America, the social structure, economic structure, then the political structure, then what type of culture they have, what type of societal structure they have, slavery. So all these aspects that I have covered in my research. And on the basis of that, we come to know that though the people are there living in a society, but on the basis of their caste, on the basis of their color, on the basis of their culture, they are marginalized. And what will be the solution on these? The solution is that we have to provide, we have to develop a system of cohesion. We have to create the atmosphere in the society that everyone has to tolerate each other on the basis of the knowledge, on the basis of the qualities that they have, and which was there in Bharat in previous years. And that's why India is called as the Vishwa Guru in those days. And now we have to uh, start our journey achieving the great heritage which was there previously, that is Vishwaguru. तो ये काम लिटरेचर वाले लोग कर सकते हैं, और जो हम लोग ने किया है, तो लिटरेचर एक पर्टिकुलर विषय को लेकर काम नहीं करता है, तो समाज में जितने विषय हैं उन सब विषयों को लेकर लिटरेचर काम करता है और एक सॉल्यूशन भी दे सकता है। तो उसको उस रिसर्चर ने डिफाइन करना पड़ेगा। यस, बराबर
यस
है?
सर, यस सर, यस सर, आई अंडरस्टैंड इट सर।
यस, थैंक यू सो मच।
थैंक यू, वेलकम।
आगे बताइए। अगर पूछ नहीं सकते तो आप चैट बॉक्स में टाइप कर सकते हैं, उसके बारे में डिस्कस करेंगे। जैसे मैंने यहाँ पर लिखा है, आई हैव मेंशन हियर इन द चैट बॉक्स दैट वी विल हैव अ डिस्कशन ऑन द क्वालिटी ऑफ एजुकेशन इवैल्यूएशन एंड एनईपी 2020 एंड आल्सो द लैंग्वेज एंड literature, how we are going to teach essays the language and literature on the basis of these new platform with the help of digital tools. I will share an example of Rani Durgavati Vishwavidyalaya that they have declared their results within 24 hours only, and the Ministry of Education has took note of their effort and felicitate the Vice Chancellor, Director of Boards and Examination, and all the staff members in the examination department. So how this Charishma has they have carried out? So this is an important question, that now as we are observing what is happening there at Maharashtra and other parts of nation, that it takes near about 45 and more days to declare the results. And here in Madhya Pradesh, a small university, a state university has declared the result within 24 hours only. So it is on the basis of the technology that they have adopted, and they achieved great success, name and fame. So what is this? This is that you have to take initiatives. Nowadays, a technology is there, all the facilities are there. But as mentioned in the national document policy also, that you have to think out of box. अलग कुछ सोचना चाहिए, नया कुछ करना चाहिए, और ये नया इन्होंने किया और उनका उसको फल मिल गया, फेलिसिटेशन हो गया, सब देश में उनकी वाहवाह हो गई. So these are the initiatives that we have to take, we have to consider when we are talking about this National Education Policy 2020. Previously what we are following the rigid structure only. एक ही structure में हमको काम करना था. These are the we can say guidelines provided by the university, and you have to work on the guidelines only. Though you have knowledge, though you have all the facilities, but you are not supposed to go beyond that guidelines. But now the system has totally changed. You are the, as Swami Vivekananda has already said, you are the creator of your destiny. हम ही हमारे भाग्य के निर्माते हैं, और कैसे हम लोग काम कर सकते हैं आगे, तो सब लोग साथ में बैठकर उसके ऊपर विचार करें, एक मॉडल बनाए और उसको अच्छी तरह से इम्प्लीमेंट करें. ये हमारा महाविद्यालय का स्वरूप होना चाहिए. हम लोग जो देखते हैं, यूनिवर्सिटी से पत्र आएगा, गवर्नमेंट ऑफ महाराष्ट्र से पत्र आएगा, और उसके बारे में हम लोग उसका इम्प्लीमेंट करेंगे. ये तो पुरानी बात हो गई भैया. अभी तो हमको ही आगे बढ़ना है. अगर ऐसा नहीं करेंगे तो हम इस रेस में पीछे रह जाएंगे. मैं आपको अभी बता दे रहा हूँ, सब पीछे रह जाएंगे अगर हम लोग अभी अलर्ट नहीं हुए इस व्यवस्था में. Forget about the university and other regulatory bodies. Now you have to go for autonomy. Autonomy जाना चाहिए. Autonomy में गएंगे, अपना संभाजी नगर में हम लोग बात करेंगे तो देवगिरी महाविद्यालय है. They have adopted for academic autonomy, not financial autonomy. And this is an important, very important aspect that the Devgiri College has implemented. They have designed their curricula, their pedagogy, what type of assessments they have to carry out, and according to that they are marching number of students they are taking admission in that college. But what is raised in university also, nobody is going to take admission. Why? Because of the reputation, because of the initiatives, because of the quality initiatives that these colleges they are implementing. Here, another private university is there at MGM University. For BA honors, they are taking more than lakhs of rupees for BA honors. And here at DR.BAMU University, for BA course, we are charging only 200, 500, or maximum, if non-grant college is there, 2,000, 4,000 rupees. Where is 4,000 and where is lakh of rupees? But the admissions are increasing at private universities. Why this is happening? That we have to look. So this is the current situation. I am also working in a rural college. We have the same problems as you all have, but we
Hello,
have
sir.
to change our mindset. Yes, बोलिए.
Myself simply Lakshiman.
हम्म.
ऑटोनॉमी के लिए नैक के ग्रेड A+ होना चाहिए ना सर?
बराबर है, सही है.
ओके.
वही तो दिक्कत है. अभी कुछ कॉलेजों ने ऑटोनॉमी यही किया नहीं. नैक को दे हैव नॉट अपीयर्ड फॉर द नैक आल्सो. लेकिन फाइनेंशियल ऑटोनॉमी हमको नहीं चाहिए. हम लोगों को जो चाहिए वो एकेडमिक ऑटोनॉमी चाहिए. एकेडमिक ऑटोनॉमी आपको मिलेगी. आपने आवेदन करना है. आपका सब स्ट्रक्चर पूरे फॉर्मेट में देना है यूनिवर्सिटी की तरफ, यूजीसी की तरफ, और you are going to get the academic autonomy. If you are talking about financial autonomy, then it is going to be difficult for each and everyone, as our salaries are concerned. So how you are going to get the salary? But with the help of this academic autonomy, and in future, each and every institute has go for the academic autonomy. University has also, it is the duty of university to declare themselves what they are going to do, whether they are going to be the affiliating university, research oriented university, or both, means affiliating or research. That status they have to declare, and according to that they are going to get the financial resources and mobilization from the UGC and other bodies like PM Usha, RUSA and other funding agencies. लेकिन वो तो आगे हम सब लोगों एज द important stakeholders in education, in especially in higher education, हम सब लोगों को इसके बारे में सोचना पड़ेगा. क्योंकि जब मैं ऐसे घूमता हूँ कॉलेजेस में और स्कूल में, तब एक बार पूछा था ऐसे बच्चों को कि आगे क्या करना है आपको. तो सब जो बच्चे हैं वो, उनका उत्तर रहता है मुझे डॉक्टर बनना है, वकील बनना है, इंजीनियर बनना है, आई हैव टू गो सीए बनना है. ऐसा उनका उत्तर है. लेकिन कोई ऐसा बोलता नहीं है मुझे टीचर बनना है. Nobody is there. Previously it was the answers. कुछ साल पहले बच्चों से पूछने के बाद उनके आंसर मिलते थे कि मुझे अच्छा शिक्षक बनना है. लेकिन अभी कोई नहीं बोलता है कि मुझे शिक्षक बनना है. So this is fact. So as a teacher, as a fraternity of teacher, we have to think that how this scenario is going to be there. Who are our predecessors? हमारे आगे वाले लोग कौन रहेंगे? किसको आगे हमको लेके जाना है? ये जो हमारी लीगेसी है टीचिंग फील्ड की, गुरु शिष्य परंपरा है, इसको आगे कौन ले जाएगा? इसका भी हमको सोचना पड़े. और बताइए.
हेलो सर.
बोला.
सर ऍक्च्युली बाकीच्या क्षेत्रामध्ये जसं अट्रॅक्शन आहे, सॅलरीज, मनी, तसं टीचिंग फील्डमध्ये खूप नाहीये. त्याच्यामुळे जनरेशन टीचर व्हायला, आता मी स्वतः बीएड कॉलेजवर काम करते, तर ऍडमिशनचा आमच्या इकडे पण प्रॉब्लेम आहे खूप. म्हणजे आय टी फील्ड म्हटलं, आपण कॉम्प्युटरचं फील्ड म्हटलं, किंवा मेडिकल क्षेत्र म्हटलं, तसं इकडे वेगवेगळ्या वेगवेगळे बदल होत आहेत टीचिंग फील्डमध्ये. त्याच्यामुळे रिक्रुटमेंट नाही टीचर्सच्या, अशा वेगवेगळ्या अनेक गोष्टी आहेत. त्याच्यामुळं नवीन जनरेशन या क्षेत्राकडे वळत नाही एवढं, असं दिसून येते समस्या खूप मोठी.
उनको बताने वाला कोई नहीं है. यही दिक्कत है. पेरेंट्स एंड टीचर, पेरेंट्स व्हाट दे आर सजेस्टिंग, गो फॉर नीट, गो फॉर जेईई एग्जामिनेशन.
येस येस येस.
Each and everyone is asking the same. Yes, go for NEET, go for JEE, and they are paying lakhs of rupees in their tuitions and coaching classes. This
बरोबर.
is the fact. And where the rural students are going, they are just going towards the police bharti, army bharti
येस
recruitment.
येस येस.
So this is a very bad patch nowadays. And I am observing this since last 4 years. So now the complete, we can say, a generation that has traveling through these difficult phase. 3 and 4 years when we are talking in higher education, 3 years means that one batch, and one batch means that one generation. So one generation we have lost in struggling behind these low profile profession. 10वीं 12वीं में होने के बाद ही अगर वो बच्चा पुलिस भर्ती में होता है, तो व्हाई ही इज टेकिंग एडमिशन इन ग्रेजुएशन? ये बहुत डिफिकल्ट सिचुएशन है, उसके ऊपर जरा काम करने की बहुत जरूरत है। Now 42 participants are there.
हाँ, यस सर, बरोबर आहे सर.
Rest of the participants we will have a discussion. Please जरा बताइए बाकी के जो है पार्टिसिपेंट्स, कोरवाडकर सर, उसके बाद में डॉक्टर लक्ष्मी कुमारी जी, डॉक्टर गोसिया, इमाम, भावना कदम मैडम, उसके बाद में डॉक्टर लक्ष्मण शिंपले, डॉक्टर प्रियंका बोस, डॉक्टर आरती भट्ट, डॉक्टर कुमारी सरिता प्रसाद, जरा बात करेंगे। डॉक्टर एन गांगुर्डे, we will have a discussion what are the problems are there. Yes, बताइए। बोलिए। दत्ता कोलारे इज ऑल्सो देयर। दत्ता जी बोलिए।
हाँ जी सर। सर नमस्ते।
नमस्ते, बोलिए।
क्या सर?
आपके यहाँ पर जो बात की है हम लोगों ने अभी इस
हाँ।
सेशन में, उस हिसाब में भारतीय ज्ञान परंपरा है, उसके
हाँ।
बाद में इवेल्युएशन रिफॉर्म्स के बारे में है, टीचिंग क्वालिटी के बारे में है, उसके बारे में क्या हम लोग कर सकते हैं, जरा उसके ऊपर बात करेंगे। जरा बताइए क्या क्या कर सकते हैं, आपके यहाँ पर क्या
भारतीय
चलता है।
भारतीय ज्ञान परंपरा पे हमारे यहाँ तो अभी ये समझो पीजी को तो अभी दूसरा ही साल है। तो उसके ऊपर हम ये कर सकते हैं कि विद्यार्थियों को जो हमारी पुरानी ज्ञान परंपरा है उसके लिए कोई एक सर्टिफिकेट कोर्स 3 महीने का या 6 महीने का उसको चलाकर उसके माध्यम से जो हमारी ऐतिहासिक पार्श्वभूमि है और उसको छात्रों को क्या उपयोग होगा, क्या लाभ होगा, इसका हम उस कोर्स के माध्यम से उनको ज्ञान दे सकते हैं।
ओके, और जरा टीचिंग लर्निंग एंड इवेल्युएशन, उसके बारे में, इवेल्युएशन रिफॉर्म्स के बारे में जरा क्या कर सकते हैं। इतने सालों से
हाँ।
वही सिस्टम चल रही है, क्या आपको क्या लगता है वैसे ही चल रहा है? एग्जामिनेशन 2 आवर्स 3 आवर्स का ही होना चाहिए या और उसमें कुछ बदलाव की जरूरत है?
अभी वाले सिस्टम अभी तो फिलहाल में जो विश्वविद्यालय तय करता है उसी बेस पर ही चल रहा है सारा। लेकिन मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि ये पद्धति में थोड़ा सा बदलाव होना चाहिए। जो विद्यार्थी 6 महीने में सेमेस्टर पैटर्न है, तो 6 महीने में जो पढ़ते हैं या एक साल में जो पढ़ते हैं, उसको उनका उस पर मूल्यांकन न करने के बजाय उनकी हर महीने या ऐसे अचानक से कोई टेस्ट ली जाए, परीक्षा ली जाए, जिसमें से उनका एक जानकारी हमें प्राप्त हो सके कि उसने जो जो हम पाठ्यक्रम में जो आउटकम निर्धारित किए वो कहाँ तक उन तक पहुंचे, उसके माध्यम से हमें वो आउटकम भी पता चले।
वाह वाह, बहुत बढ़िया। रोल नंबर 4, रोल नंबर 23।
हेलो सर।
यस सर।
आ, क्या मैं मराठी में बात कर सकता हूँ?
हाँ बोलिए, बोला।
सर, अडचण काय आहे बघा की आजकाल आपल्या म्हणजे कॉलेज सिनियर कॉलेजला विद्यार्थी संख्या फार कमी होऊ लागलेली आहे. आणि
हो,
जे तुम्ही मागाशी बोलला होतात की जे सिस्टीम आहे 10वी-12वी वरती पोलीस होतात किंवा बाकीचे सगळे जॉब असतात. ह्याच्यावरती इम्प्रुव्हमेंट होणं गरजेचं आहे सर. म्हणजे ग्रॅज्युएशन बेस किंवा ते आता कलेक्टर व्हायचं झालं तरी ग्रॅज्युएशन वरतीच होत आहेत. ते ह्याला
बरोबर आहे.
एवढं डिमांड किंवा ज्याला आपण म्हणतो की स्किल राहिलेलं नाहीये.
हम्म.
त्याच्या दृष्टिकोनातून आता शिक्षण क्षेत्रात काम होणं गरजेचं आहे, असं सर मला वैयक्तिक तरी वाटतं, की जेणेकरून त्या जर स्टेप अप आपण जरा पुढे घेतल्या, म्हणजे जिथं 10वी-12वी वरती घेतलंय त्याला पुढे ग्रॅज्युएशन किंवा पीजी वरती जर नेऊन ठेवलं, तर ते एक आणखीन बेस्ट होईल आणि जेणेकरून एक चांगल्या समाजाच्या दृष्टिकोनातून नवीन विचार त्या ठिकाणी येतील आणि आपण काय म्हणू त्याला की एक चांगला समाज घडवण्याच्या दृष्टिकोनातून ते महत्वाचं पाऊल ठरेल सर, असं मला वाटतं.
सर तुमचं काय नाव आहे?
हनुमंत सानप.
तुम्ही कोणत्या कॉलेजला आहे?
मी शिक्षण महर्षी डॉक्टर बापूसाहेब कॉलेज, मिरज, सांगली डिस्ट्रिक्ट.
चांगली. तुम्ही काही करता का मुलांसाठी? तुमचं
येस
कॉलेज,
सर.
तुम्ही म्हणण्यापेक्षा तुमचं कॉलेज.
हो सर, आम्ही आमच्या मुलांसाठी करतोच की सर तसं आहे.
नाही नाही, हे स्किल बेस्ड तुम्ही म्हणत होते आता, की साधारणतः असं जर 10वी-12वी नंतर ग्रॅज्युएशनला जर त्यांना समजा आपण काही केलं, तर मग ते तिकडचा जो ओढा आहे इकडे बाहेर जाण्याचा, पोलीस भरती म्हणा किंवा अजून कोणत्या आर्मी रिक्रुटमेंट वगैरे, तिकडे जरा जाणं कमी होईल मुलांचं. मग तसे काही स्किल बेस्ड कोर्सेस आपल्या महाविद्यालयामध्ये आहेत का?
सर, आम्ही आमच्या महाविद्यालयाकडे जे काही विद्यार्थी वगैरे आता स्पोर्ट्स कोटा वगैरे असतो आमच्याकडे, तर आम्ही स्पोर्ट्सच्या विद्यार्थ्यांसाठी ट्रेनिंग त्या ठिकाणी सेशन आयोजित करतो किंवा मग जे विद्यार्थी कल्चरल मधनं पुढे जाऊ इच्छितात त्यांच्यासाठी वेगळे प्रोग्राम घेतले जातात, की जेव्हा जे आयटी क्षेत्रात जायचे, आता फॉर एक्झाम्पल सर माझा विषय जॉग्राफी आहे. सो आम्ही विद्यार्थ्यांसाठी आयटीसी रिलेटेड ट्रेनिंग त्यांना देतो, जसं आमच्याकडे जिओ इन्फॉर्मॅटिक्स फील्ड आहे. सो आम्ही त्यांच्यासाठी त्याचे कोर्सेस अवेलेबल करून देतो. ते बाकीचे प्लॅटफॉर्म त्यांना ऑनलाईन प्लॅटफॉर्मला त्यांचं रजिस्टर करून देतो. जेणेकरून त्यांना कॉलेजमध्येही अवेलेबल होतील आणि ते घरी गेले तरी त्या ठिकाणी ऍक्सेस करू शकतात, अभ्यास करू शकतात, पाहू शकतात. त्या दृष्टिकोनातून आम्ही काम करतो सर.
वा वा, फारच छान.
थँक्यू सर.
येस, थँक्यू. वा. आउट ऑफ स्टेट कोई है? यस सर, नमस्ते. बोला. रोल नंबर 4.
गुड इव्हनिंग सर.
गुड इव्हनिंग.
आपण जे IKS किंवा भारतीय ज्ञान परंपरा या संदर्भात आता जे आपण बोललो, तर मला असं वाटतं सर, किंवा आता जे NEP मध्ये IKS चा समावेश केलेला आहे, तसं आपल्या भारताचा जर ज्ञानाचा इतिहास पाहिला तर प्राचीन इतिहास खूप उच्च दर्जाचा आहे सर आपला. तर त्याच्यामध्ये जगामध्ये म्हणजे ब्रिटिश पूर्व काळामध्ये आपल्याकडे जे विद्यापीठ होते, तक्षशिला, नालंदा, तर त्याच्यामध्ये जे तक्षशिला विद्यापीठ जगामध्ये पहिलं विद्यापीठ होतं असं मानलं जातंय सर त्याला. बरोबर आहे सर?
बरोबर बरोबर.
हो. तर त्याच्यामध्ये चरक, पाणिनी, चाणक्य, कौटिल्य, जीवक असे महान ऋषीमुनी त्याचे अध्यापक होते. त्यामध्ये तत्वज्ञान, आयुर्वेद, नाट्य, वास्तुशास्त्र, खगोल हे विषय त्या ठिकाणी शिकवले जात होते. बिहार मधलं नालंदा विद्यापीठ आहे, त्याच्यामध्ये असं म्हटलं जातं की 10,000 विद्यार्थी आणि 150 शिक्षक होते. परंतु ते सर्व मधल्या काळामध्ये त्याचा ऱ्हास झाला आणि पुन्हा आता आपण 21व्या शतकात IKS मध्ये जे आयुर्वेद आहे, नाट्यशास्त्र आहे, आपलं हे आहे, तर याच गोष्टी पुन्हा आपल्याला त्याच्याकडे जाण्याची गरज निर्माण झालेली आहे, असं पण मला वाटतं सर.
यस सर, बरोबर आहे, एकदम बरोबर आहे. आपण काही करताय याच्या संदर्भात?
तर मी कॉलेज ऑफ एज्युकेशन बीएड कॉलेजवर आहे सर, अहिल्यानगर जिल्ह्यामध्ये. तर आपले जे बीएडचे मुलं आहेत, हा करिक्युलम जो आहे बीएडचा फ्रेमवर्क, ते सोडून सुद्धा आम्ही जे प्राचीन आपले वेद उपनिषद हे आहेत, याच्या संदर्भात जनजागृती, काही परिसरातील त्या क्षेत्राच्या तज्ज्ञ व्यक्तींना बोलून त्यांची व्याख्यानं, आपली प्राचीन जी ज्ञान परंपरा आहे भारताची, ती आणि आधुनिक टीचिंग स्किल याचा जोड घालण्यासाठी आम्ही काही उपक्रम राबवतोय. प्राचीन ज्ञान परंपरा आणि त्याला आधुनिक कौशल्याची जोड देऊन शिक्षक हा तात्विक मूल्यावर आधारित पण असावा आणि नवकौशल्यपूर्ण पण असावा, असं सिलेबसमध्ये पण आता NEP मध्ये सुद्धा त्याचा समावेश झालेला आहे IKSचा. तर असे काही आम्ही उपक्रम राबवतो. मला वाटतं तात्विक अधिष्ठान चांगला असणारा नवतरुण जर आपण घडवला तर निश्चितच येणाऱ्या काळामध्ये या 4th जनरेशन मध्ये, जरी आज AIचं युग आहे, ऑटोमेशन, रोबोटिक, क्लाउड असेल, 3D प्रिंटिंग असेल, सायबर हे असेल, हे स्किल प्राप्त करणारा युवक सुद्धा जर आपली प्राचीन ज्ञान परंपरा अवगत जर त्याला असेल, तर तो आणखी चिरकाल प्रगती त्याची होऊ शकते आणि तो समाजासाठी प्रेरक होऊ शकतो, असं मला वाटतं सर.
येस सर, थँक्यू. मला
ओके
हे
सर.
विचारायचं होतं तुम्हाला, तुमचं 4
हा
वर्षाचा
सर.
झाला का बीएडचा कोर्स?
नाही सर, अजून तो NEP बीएडला अजून NEP लागूच नाही झाली सर. या वर्षीपासून होता, अजून इयरली पॅटर्न होता, आता यावर्षी सेमेस्टर पॅटर्न होतोय. आणि नवीन शैक्षणिक धोरणामध्ये 2028 पासनं सिनियर कॉलेजला लागू होतोय तो, पण अजून लागू झालेला नाही. सध्या तो 2 इयरच आहे. फक्त इयरली पॅटर्न होता, तर या वर्षीपासून सेमेस्टर पॅटर्न होतोय.
हा, आणि 2च वर्ष.
2च वर्ष सध्या तरी.
येस.
त्यांनी
सर.
फक्त. हा सर.
बोला.
हनुमंत सानप सर बोलतोय. आमच्या
हा बोला.
विद्यापीठामध्ये सर बीएड असा एक प्रोग्राम आहे. म्हणजे ज्यावेळेस ते विद्यार्थी जसे ग्रॅज्युएशनला येतात, तसेच ते बीएड 4 वर्षाचा तो पूर्ण कोर्सच आहे.
नाही सर, आहे सर. इथं पण पुणे विद्यापीठामध्ये पण, पुणे विद्यापीठात डिपार्टमेंटला एक आणि भोर कॉलेजला एक 10 वर्षापासून तो फक्त ट्रायल बेसवर आहे चालू. परंतु आता NEP मध्ये ओव्हरऑल जसे इतर डिग्र्या 12वी सायन्स नंतर इंजिनिअरिंग असेल, मेडिकल असेल, जशी 4 वर्षाची डिग्री आहे, तशी 12वी स्ट्रीमच एक एज्युकेशन स्ट्रीम, आर्ट, कॉमर्स, सायन्स अशा ज्या स्ट्रीम आहेत, तशी एज्युकेशन स्ट्रीम सुरू करावी, असं ते त्याच्यात हे आहे, ते म्हणतायत सर. ते अजून जनरल लागू नाहीये. तसं ते इंटिग्रेटेड कोर्स आहे 10 वर्षापासून, पण जनरल सगळीकडे अजून तो लागू नाही.
ओके ओके सर, ओके.
हो हो हो. धन्यवाद सर.
थँक्यू.
ओके सर, तुमचे धन्यवाद.
बोला पुढे.
हॅलो सर, आमच्याकडे मी संगमनेरमध्ये डॉक्टर संजय मालपाणींच्या संस्थेमध्ये काम करते बीएड कॉलेजवर. ॲक्च्युली आमचं जे सिनियर कॉलेज आहे, एकच कॅम्पस आहे आमचा. सिनियर कॉलेज आमचं जे ऑटोनॉमस आहे, आणि आमचे जे संस्थापक आहेत संजय मालपाणी सर, त्यांचं जे आहे गीता परिवार ही मोठी संस्था ग्रुप आहे, आणि योगाच्या माध्यमातून सुद्धा ते खूप प्रचार आणि प्रसार करतात. तर आमच्या महाविद्यालयामध्ये, म्हणजे पूर्ण पुणे विद्यापीठामध्ये आमच्या महाविद्यालयामध्ये संस्कृत मेथड आहे, आणि नगर कॉलेजला एक आहे. तर संस्कृत मेथडच्या माध्यमातून आमचे जवळजवळ 20 ते 25 विद्यार्थी आमच्याकडे दरवर्षी संस्कृतला ॲडमिशन घेतात. ते वेगवेगळ्या परिसरामधले असतात, आळंदी वगैरे ह्या परिसरातले मुलं आमच्याकडे बीएडला येतात. तर त्या मुलांच्या माध्यमातून सुद्धा ते मुलं परीक्षक म्हणून पण जातात वेगवेगळ्या शाळांवरती. आणि ते ते जे विद्यार्थी आहेत ते इथे संस्कृत, बऱ्याचशा शाळांमध्ये संस्कृत आहे, तर वेगवेगळ्या संस्कृती श्लोकांचं पठण असेल, किंवा अथर्वशीर्ष असेल, किंवा 15 वाद्य 12 वाद्य याचं पठण असेल, याचं माहिती असेल, या संदर्भामध्ये खूप मोठ्या प्रमाणामध्ये संगमनेर तालुक्यामध्ये गीता परिवाराचं काम होतं आहे. आणि ते खूप चांगल्या पद्धतीने भारतीय संस्कृतीची रुजवणूक होते, हे मला या ठिकाणी सांगावं असं वाटते.
वा वा, छान, फार छान. आउट ऑफ स्टेट कोणी आहे का? इज देअर एनीबडी आउट ऑफ महाराष्ट्र?
पार्टिसिपेट भरपूर आहेत सर. महाराष्ट्राबाहेरचे पण जवळजवळ 50% आहे.
But they, why they are not participating in the discussion?
सर मैं डॉक्टर रुपेंद्र कुमार बिहार से हूँ सर मैं।
यस सर, बोलिए, स्वागत है
हाँ
आपका।
सर, आपका लेक्चर बहुत ही अच्छा था। और मैं ये कहना चाहूंगा कि जो एनईपी के द्वारा एनईपी 2020 बनी है, इस पे वोकेशनल एजुकेशन पर बहुत ज्यादा जोर दिया जा रहा है कि स्किल एजुकेशन स्टूडेंट को मिलनी चाहिए। जैसे कि पुराने हिसाब से एग्जाम करते आए हैं स्टूडेंट, तो एक नौकरी के लिए, गवर्नमेंट जॉब के लिए तैयार होते हैं, लेकिन गवर्नमेंट जॉब इतना है नहीं, तो कहीं ना कहीं स्किल एजुकेशन का बहुत ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंस हमारी लाइफ में हो गया है कि बच्चों को स्किलफुल एजुकेशन अगर उनको मिले तो कहीं ना कहीं वो अपना बिजनेस स्टेब्लिश कर सकते हैं। और कुछ ट्रेडिशनल जो बिजनेस हैं वो हमारे लगभग अधिकतर मतलब के हैं, उनको कहीं ना कहीं रीडेवलप किया जाए तो वो बेटर होगा। और जो आज का युवा है वो एक नौकरी की तरफ, एक गवर्नमेंट जॉब की तरफ नहीं, लेकिन उसके लिए एक इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर बहुत जरूरी है। स्किल एजुकेशन के लिए, क्योंकि लैब एस्टेब्लिश होना वो बहुत जरूरी है, तो स्टूडेंट सीख पाएगा। तो वो
वाह,
इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर अभी पर्याप्त रूप से सब नहीं है।
वाह, सही है, सही सही बता रहे हैं आप। स्किल बेस्ड का
जी
तो है। अपनी जो पुरानी भारतीय व्यवस्था थी, वो सब व्यवस्था स्किल बेस के ऊपर ही चलती थी। इसीलिए भारत को जो सोने की चिड़िया कहा जाता था, उसका वही कारण था कि
जी
भारत
सर।
के जो व्यवसायिक थे उनके हाथों में इतना हुनर था जो अन्य देशों के किसी के पास नहीं था। मैं हमारे यहाँ का उदाहरण आप सब लोगों को ये बताना चाहता हूँ। हमारा जो पैठन यहाँ का है, यहाँ की पैठनी, दिस इज फेमस फॉर सिल्क। तो इंग्लिश में जो विलियम शेक्सपियर है, विलियम शेक्सपियर ने एक ड्रामा लिखा है, जूलियस सीजर। तो वो जूलियस सीजर का, दैट वाज द किंग। तो वो जूलियस सीजर का जो कोट बनता था, उसके लिए जो सिल्क जाता था वो यहाँ से, हमारे पैठण से जाता था। तो इतना बड़ा जो हेरिटेज है वो यहाँ के व्यवसाय में था। उसी के साथ यहाँ का जो स्टील था, पोलाद था, उस आयरन को भी पूरे विश्व भर से बहुत सारी डिमांड थी। द पीपल यूज टू कम हेयर, विजिट द continent of Bharat, and there, from there, they can brought number of things to their countries. तो ये सारी
जी
बहुत वैभवशाली परंपरा हम लोगों को सबको थी। चलो आगे। आगे बोलेंगे, कौन बोलता है? कौन बोल रहा है? पांच ही लोग बात कर रहे हैं। आप तो सब 42 पार्टिसिपेंट्स, देयर आर 42 पार्टिसिपेंट्स, एंड ओनली 5 participants they have participated and discussed in the conversation, and how students can
Hello,
be.
sir.
Yes, बोलिए, कांगुरु डे सर बोला।
Yes, sir. Sir, we are introduced now such a IKS or skill-based courses. It is okay on paper, but sir, we see the reality. Students don't come regular to the colleges. We know that, and it is not in our area, but it is in our whole state that colleges are not running regularly actually. So what we can do for to the change the system, what we can approach, what our approach should be to change that system, so we can run a regular college, or we can call the student in colleges. So what should we can do here? That's my question.
Yes, thank you so much, sir. This is a very good question that you have raised. That we are talking philosophically on number of issues, but on ground reality, that the students' absenteeism in the classroom, in the colleges, that is the major issues. So how these issues can be resolved? So very simple idea is behind resolving all these issues, that what we are doing in our college, that is I am just sharing with you all on this occasion. Regularly, we are implementing mentor-mentee system. We have divided our students in the faculty members. For example, I am looking after 10 students, and these students, I am in continuous touch with these 10 students. Regularly, I call them. If one of the student is absent in the classroom, I will call to the parents. I have both the numbers of their mother and the father. Why the student is absent, we will inquire and ask them to send their student, their ward in the next day. So that with the adoption of this policy, we have 50% recovery regarding the student absenteeism. And we are also having the solution regarding why the students are not coming to the college. We regularly conduct orientation program for the student, induction program for the students, for their parents, along with the alumni of our college. Because of these, now the students are coming regularly to the college. So these are the small practices. But for these practices, collective effort of the college is important. All the faculty members, along with the principal of the college, they must have the mindset of doing something differently. And if you come on a single opinion regarding to cope up the situation of absenteeism in the college, then you will have number of solutions regarding these. Generally, what happening is that we accepted that the students are not coming to the college. Why we have accepted? Just go to the door of the student, call him, the student will be there in the next day in your classroom. So this is the fact and what I have observed, and we are currently working on the same issue. We have 1320 intake capacity in our college, but we have only 700 college students, means 50% intake capacity is vacant. And of that only, so this is unofficial what I am saying, but this is all going to be on a record, but the same situation is there all over. But only 100 students are present in the college campus. And some of the colleges, there are not a single student in the college. But here in our college, on daily basis, 100 students are there in the campus. They are attending the classes. So it become difficult for the faculty members. And here we have adopted a system that though a single student is present in the college, his or her lecture will be conducted. Nobody is going to avoid the lecture of the student. Unless and until we are going to nurture this type of culture in our institute, then student absenteeism will be solved out. So this is the solution. Yes, sir.
Sir, also I have one question about, sir, there are many non-GAN colleges who don't go for the NAC, and the main issue about take admission. So students prefer that colleges, they don't go regular there. So I think this year our university take action on those colleges who don't have a NAC. So if such a colleges where there are no faculties or there are no any uh, facilities, so such a colleges should be closed. So those admission or those students will come to our colleges, and I think this is the way our colleges will run a back.
हे
In,
तुमचं म्हणणं बरोबर आहे.
Mhm.
गांगुर्डे साहेब, तुम्ही कुठल्या कॉलेजला आहे? तुम्ही महाराष्ट्रातलेच आहात ना?
मॅथमॅटिक्स आहे.
महाराष्ट्रातलेच
हो
आहे
हो
ना
हो
तुम्ही?
येस सर, येस सर, येस.
बघा आता साधारणतः
हो
आपल्याकडे असा
हो
विषय
हो हो
आहे.
नाशिक.
हा हा, त्याच्यामुळे म्हणतोय मी,
हम्म, हम्म,
आपल्याकडे
हम्म.
असा विषय आहे,
बरोबर.
तो संभाजीनगर
हो हो
असेल कुठेही असेल पूर्ण
हम्म.
महाराष्ट्रामध्ये, की सगळीकडे
हो
ही
हो
परिस्थिती आहे. मग आपल्याकडे संत ज्ञानेश्वर महाराजांनी
हम्म,
सांगितलंय,
हम्म.
जे खळांची व्यंकटी सांडवत या सत्कर्मी रती वाढो. आता लोक काय करतात ह्याच्यावर आपण
हो
काही बघू नये. आमच्याकडे आमचं जे कॉलेज आहे फुलंब्रीला,
येस येस.
फुलंब्रीच्या आजूबाजूला 4 नॉन ग्रँड कॉलेजेस
हो
आहेत.
हो
म्हणून मी पहिलेच तुम्हाला सांगितलं 1320 आमची संख्या,
हो हो
त्यापैकी इंटेक आमची भरते फक्त निम्मीच. मग हे कशामुळे आहे? तर हे जे नॉन ग्रँड कॉलेजेस
बरोबर
वाढले
बरोबर.
त्याच्यामुळे. मग आम्ही त्याच्यावर ते बंद व्हावे,
येस
व्हावं,
येस.
तमुक व्हावं, आम्ही कधीच विचार केला नाही. आम्ही सगळ्या लोकांनी, आमच्या
येस येस
प्राध्यापकांनी
सर, येस.
मिळून असं ठरवलं की आपण तिथे जाऊ
हा
आणि
हा.
आपल्याला चांगलं काय करता येईल. ज्या ज्या लोकांची, मुलांची इच्छाच नाही की आपण टास्क करावे, ते मुलं आपल्याकडे कधीच येणार नाही. तुम्ही त्याला कुठेही काही जरी केलं तरी. पण असेही खूप मुलं
हो हो
आहेत ज्यांची अशी इच्छा आहे की बाबा मी रोज कॉलेजला गेलं पाहिजे, मी रोज तास केला पाहिजे, मी रोज सरांना माझ्या भेटलं पाहिजे, मी रोज लायब्ररीमध्ये बसलं पाहिजे, नवीन पुस्तक वाचलं पाहिजे. मग अशा मुलांची भूक ती संपत नाहीये ना. त्यांना अजूनही शिक्षण व्यवस्थेवर विश्वास आहे. मग तसे मुलं आपण टॅप करून जर प्रयत्न केला, तर हे बाकीची जी व्यवस्था आहे ना, आपण जे म्हणतोय ते आज ना उद्या बंद होणारच आहे. कारण त्यांचं जास्त दिवस भवितव्य आता राहिलेलं नाही. कारण त्यांना आता फॅकल्टी भरावी लागते. फॅकल्टी
येस
जर
सर,
नाही
येस येस.
भरली तर त्यांचं ऍप्लिकेशन रद्द होत आहे. या सगळ्या गोष्टी परमनंट म्हणजे
येस येस. कमिटी
क्वालिफाईड,
पण
फुल
येते
क्वालिफाईड
कॉलेजला.
फॅकल्टी
कमिटी
त्यांना
पण येऊ
भरावी
लागले
लागते.
कॉलेजला आता. हम्म,
बरोबर आहे की नाही? आणि जर फुल
हम्म.
क्वालिफाईड लोक त्यांनी भरले नाही, नॉन ग्रँड कॉलेजेस वाल्यांनी, तर त्यांचं ते सगळं बंद होणार आहे. ऍप्लिकेशनच विद्यापीठाने काढून घेतलं तर त्यांना कोण मुलं तिथे जाऊन ऍडमिशन घेतील? तर हे हळूहळू स्ट्रक्चर बदलत आहे. पण म्हणून आपण आपल्या परीने मात्र प्रयत्न करणं खूप गरजेचं आहे.
येस सर, येस येस येस.
हॅलो सर.
हा,
सर, आता करंट पोझिशन मध्ये जो IPS आलेला आहे, न्यू एज्युकेशन पॉलिसी मध्ये,
आवाज कमी
हा
करेल.
IPS सर भविष्यामध्ये विद्यार्थ्यांना रोजगारक्षम तयार करणार आहे का किंवा रोजगारक्षम निर्माण करणार आहे का?
सगळा विषय रोजगाराशी जोडलेला नाही ना. रोजगारासाठी बाकीचा विषय आहे ना. स्किल बेस्ड कोर्सेस आहे. IKS कशासाठी आहे? तुझं आहे,
हा
तुझं पाशी परी तू जागा भुललासी, असं जे आपण म्हणतो, की हे
हा
सगळं आपल्याकडे होतं पण आपण हे विसरून गेलो. म्हणून
हा
परकीय लोकांनी आपल्यावर इतके आक्रमण केले, सगळी व्यवस्था निर्माण केली. मग आपलं जे वैभव आहे, गतवैभव होतं, आपलं सगळं जे ज्ञान परंपरा होती, ती ज्ञान परंपरा काय होती? आता खूप मोठ्या प्रमाणावर आपले मुलं परदेशामध्ये जातात. तिथे जाऊन तिथे राहतात, तिथे सेटल होतात. मग आपला जो ब्रेन ड्रेन आहे तो खूप मोठ्या प्रमाणावर होतोय. मग
हम्म.
जे आपल्याकडे होतं तेच परकीय लोक तिकडे घेऊन गेले. त्याच भांडवलावर आज त्यांची एवढी मोठी महासत्ता निर्माण झाली आणि आपण मागे पडलो. आज
हा
मात्र परिस्थिती उलटी होते. लोकांना परत भारताकडे यावं लागतंय. अमेरिका महासत्ता होती, नंतर चीन महासत्ता झाली, आता पुन्हा पुन्हा भारत महासत्ता होईल. आणि मग त्यावेळेस सगळेजण भारताकडे आशेने बघतात. आता आपण 5 नंबरवरून 3 नंबरला आलो. मग हे जर असं करायचं असेल तर आपल्याला आपला जो वारसा आहे तो वारसा नवीन पिढींकडे, भारत हा इथून पुढच्या कालावधीमध्ये जग आपल्याला म्हणतंय किंवा हा तरुणांचा देश आहे. मग ह्या तरुणांच्या देशाला आपलं जे वैभव आहे ते वैभवाची माहिती करून द्यावीची गरज आहे. म्हणून त्याच्यासाठी ही भारतीय ज्ञान परंपरा आहे. आणि त्याच्यासोबत आपण सगळेजणांनी वेगवेगळे स्किल बेस्ड कोर्सेस, वेगवेगळ्या एजन्सीज निर्माण झाल्या. गव्हर्नमेंटने पण वेगवेगळ्या एजन्सीज, पहिले काय डिपार्टमेंट होतं? नोकरी देणारं डिपार्टमेंट होतं, एम्प्लॉयमेंट डिपार्टमेंट. बरोबर की नाही? तिथे जाऊन 10वी झाला, 12वी झाला की लगेच जाऊन एम्प्लॉयमेंट ऑफिसला नाव नोंदणी केली का बाबा, सर्वात पहिले ते काम करायचं तो जाऊन. आता ते एम्प्लॉयमेंट ऑफिस गेलं, त्याच्या जागी काय आलं? तर स्किल स्किल देणारं डिपार्टमेंट, त्यांनी वेगवेगळे कोर्सेस सुरू केले आहे. महाराष्ट्र कौशल्य विकास, उद्योजकता व रोजगार केंद्र असं त्याचं नाव झालंय आता. आणि मग हे सगळं जे बदलत आहे त्याचं कारणच हे की इथून पुढच्या कालावधीमध्ये सुद्धा आपण सगळ्या लोकांना स्किल जर निर्माण झालं तर निश्चितपणे आपली ती महासत्ता आपण पुन्हा एकदा प्रस्थापित होऊ. म्हणून त्याच्यासोबत भारतीय ज्ञान परंपरा महत्वाची, त्याच्यासोबत ही सगळी व्यवस्था पण महत्वाची आहे.
थँक्यू सर.
येस सर, बोला. आपण एक महत्वाचा मुद्दा जो आहे त्याच्यावर चर्चा करू, ते म्हणजे आहे इफेक्टिव्ह गव्हर्नन्स अँड लिडरशिप फॉर हायर एज्युकेशन इन्स्टिट्यूशन्स. कशा पद्धतीने हायर एज्युकेशन, व्हॉट डिफरंट टाइप ऑफ आस्पेक्ट्स दॅट वी हॅव टू कन्सिडर व्हेन वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट दी गव्हर्नन्स अँड लिडरशिप इन हायर एज्युकेशन. For effective governance and leadership enables the creation of a culture of excellence and innovation in higher education institutions. The common feature of all world-class institutions globally, including Bharat, has been indeed the existence of strong self-governance and outstanding merit-based appointments on institutional leaders. सेल्फ गवर्नेंस आपल्याकडे पहले से ही हमारे पास सेल्फ गवर्नेंस था, जिसे हम आत्मनिर्भरता कहते हैं. तो किसी के पास हम लोगों को जाना नहीं पड़ा, क्योंकि हमारे ऋषि मुनियों ने इतना सारा जो ज्ञान का भंडार हमारे सामने खड़ा कर दिया कि उस ज्ञान के भंडार के माध्यम से हमारी जो अलग अलग ज्ञान की शाखा है, उस ज्ञान की शाखाओं का विस्तार हुआ और हम लोग आगे बढ़ते गए. Through a suitable system of graded accreditation and graded autonomy, and in a phased manner over a period of 15 years, all HEIs in Bharat will aim to become independent, self-governing institutions pursuing innovation and excellence. जैसे हमने अभी बात की, हमको एटोनॉमी की ओर जाना पड़ेगा और ये अगले 15 साल में होने ही वाला है. Every institute is going to be an autonomous institute during coming 15 years. For that purpose, graded autonomy will be there. 5 years, 5 years, and 5 years. For first 5 years, first phase will be there. For next 5 years, another phase will be there. And after completion of 15 years, full autonomy is provided to the institution. And it is also mentioned in the National Education Policy document that in every district, for every district, there will be a separate university. Your college will also go for an university. But for that purpose, you have to fulfill the criteria. And cluster of colleges, this will be also a system. If you don't have 3,000 students in your college, then your college has to be merged with another college, which is going to lead. If your student capacity is 500, another college is there nearby you, and if it has 1,000 students capacity, then that college will lead. You have to be the cluster, part of that cluster of that college, respective college. So it is the duty of the teacher, faculty members, and also the institution owner that they have to start number of courses which according to which the students will enroll for that course, and your intake capacity will be fulfilled, and you have to admit near about 3,000 students in your college to be a self-sufficient or have your own existence as a unit, as a higher education unit in the vicinity of your university or in the vicinity of your area. So for that purpose, this is a very important point, and the single faculty colleges, they are going to be wiped out. Single faculty college, for example, some of the faculty members, they are from the B.Ed colleges. If they are only running B.Ed college, then they have to merge with another multidisciplinary college. If some of the colleges, they are only arts colleges, they have to start another faculties in their colleges. For example, commerce, for example, science, for example, professional courses, pharmacy courses, engineering courses. So all number of courses they have to start, so that according to the demands of the students, they have to fulfill the demands and provide the equal opportunity to all the sectors, to all the strata of the society. So that purpose, the equity and equality is the main motive of this national education policy. That can also, we have to look behind when we are talking about the national education policy document 2020. And as the mentors working in the area, it is the duty of the faculty member and also the management of the institution that they have to provide the facilities to the students. Upon receiving the appropriate graded accreditations that deem the institution ready for such a move, a board of governance, that is BOG, shall be established consisting of a group of highly qualified, competent, and dedicated individuals having proven capabilities and a strong sense of commitment to the institution. Generally, what happens that during the NAC period only, we conduct our meetings of the IQAC, and IQAC, it is the brain of any institution. Then college development committees. So how many meetings you arrange in your college of college development committees, IQAC meetings, and also other we can say the committees which are formulated by your institution. Unless and until you decentralize your system of administration, how the active participation of each and every faculty member or the stakeholders can be achieved in effective functioning of your institution. So for that purpose, it is the duty of a leader of the institution, especially the principal of the college, that he has to formulate all these committees, and according to that, they have to arrange the meetings, the programs, so that the effective and smooth functioning of institution will be there. The BOG shall be responsible and accountable to the stakeholders through transparent self-disclosures of all relevant records. It will be responsible for meeting all regulatory guidelines mandated by HECI through the National Higher Education Regulatory Council. Now, what is happening that we have UGC, we have this AICT, we have then Pharmacy Council, we have then NAC. So all these regulatory, NBA is there, National Board of Accreditation, all these regulatory bodies are there. Now the policymakers or the government is thinking of having single regulatory body. So for that purpose, there is a regulation, there is a provision of National Higher Education Regulatory Council. This is for only higher education. तो इतने सारे चेंजेस इस नेशनल एजुकेशन पॉलिसी ने हम लोगों के सामने रखे हैं, और देयर आर नंबर ऑफ चैलेंजेस in implementing this national education policy also. But unless and until there will not be any challenge, how our life is going to be smooth? And this is the principle of the life, that you have to face the number of challenges. So friends, with this, I am going to conclude my session, and it is a nice meeting you all here on this online platform. So this is the last slide of my presentation, conclusion and call to action. That is align teaching practices with NEP 2020's transformative goals, foster a language rich, inclusive and inquiry-driven classroom, engage in collaborative research and innovative evaluation. Language is the soul of culture and thought, and let us reimagining language and literature education for a brighter future. Unless and until language education will be there, how you are going to communicate with others? So language, as Swami Vivekananda rightly said, that language is the medium of bringing out the inherent knowledge every person has. So I'm very thankful to all the participants of this course that they have participated, they have enrolled for this course, and the uh, the participants who have presented and shared their views regarding this national education policy, evaluation, research, and also teaching learning. That is the core area of any higher education institution. So thank you so much. If anybody has any question, now the questions are welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Hello.
Thank you, sir.
Hello.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, hello.
Thank you,
Bola.
sir. Sir, there is some formal vote of thanks. So should I proceed?
Please.
Okay, sir. First of all, I introduce myself. Myself, Nilesh Gangurde, and I am working as an assistant professor at Yeshwantrao Chauhan College of Sillod, and I am professor of mathematics. So, good afternoon, everyone. First of all, I welcome today's guest, Dr. Ashwin Ranjanikar, sir, also, and all of our participants. So, respected Dr. Ashwin Ranjanikar, sir, is a associate professor and head of department at Sri Santa Sautamari Gramin Mahavidyalaya, Fulambri. So thank you for this opportunity to the coordinators of FIP online program. So today's session was a very insightful and encouraging session on the vision of NEP 2020 for languages and literature. Sir, as you earlier mentioned about the arranging and organizing various programs, so it is I'm really proud that I'm the coordinator of Career Cut, and through the Career Cut, we organize a lot of programs. There are some programs which are very useful for the students who prepare for the competitive exams, or also for the students who looking their career in the business. So that was from me. Okay, so also thank you for mentioning our college, that our college introduced IKS. It was a great compliment from you, and our college making effort to do students to explore this IKS, and also you guide us on the what kind of research we can do in the language and literature. Also, through your speech, you mentioned about the Indian festivals that are not for only celebrations, but also for this is our responsibility to get aware to the students. So what are our festivals, and these festivals are not to only celebrate, but these festivals are scientific, psychological, and to share the spiritual knowledge of that festivals. Also, you encourage to move beyond the textbook and embrace our Bharatiya wisdom as a powerful source of original research. Also, you thank you for the one you mentioned that how one can research in and so excellent for me. Also, you mentioned that we should go for the autonomous colleges because autonomous colleges are free to take their courses. So that gives flexibility in syllabus, and that will create initiative for initiative and innovation for the students. So we should go for the autonomy colleges. So that's all from me, sir. Thank you once again for your valuable time and guidance. Your guidance will be very needful and helpful for our in future. Thank you, sir.
धन्यवाद रांजणेकर
थँक्यू
सर,
सर.
खूप छान पद्धतीनं भारतीय ज्ञान परंपरा IKS वरती आपण मार्गदर्शन केलं. भारतीय संस्कृती, भारतीय सण उत्सव आणि भारतीय ज्ञान परंपरा पण छान पद्धतीने समजावून सांगितलं. धन्यवाद सर.
वा, छान. वा.
बरं
आपण
वाटलं सर
salute
तुम्ही आले
नको
तर
मला
आमच्यासाठी.
जास्त. हो.
सर यशवंतराव चव्हाण कॉलेजला नक्की भेट द्या सर.
बघायलाच सर आम्ही.
ठीक जण आहे. वा वा वा, छान.
आम्ही 4 जण आहेत कोर्स मध्ये. तसं
वा.
मी आहे, शेड्यूल सर आहे आणि घोटी सर नवीन. तुम्ही नक्कीच या सर, नक्कीच भेटूया ऑफलाईन आपण.
Yes, wow, wow, Chan. Yes, I invite all of you that on 22nd of July, on Tuesday, if your course is going to be concluded before that 22nd of July, here in our college, we have organized a national level workshop on evaluation reforms. Yes, if you
Yes, sir, we will
wish to
definitely
participate. Yes.
Yes, sir, sure.
Thank you so much.
Yes, sir, sure.
थँक्यू सर.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.